Buddy Jeff is here. Greetings and salutations, sir. Why?
Why? The show nobody asked for. The host nobody needs.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it.
I thought Corona wiped this out.
I know.
But instead it just grew stronger.
It did. It definitely did. And Marco is with us as well.
Yes.
Yes.
We're back.
Wave hi, Marco.
Hi, Jeff.
Wait,
I missed you a lot, by the way.
I know, I missed you too,
I kind of
buddy.
feel bad we couldn't do anything.
Well, I mean, we had that one thing we did all together, and it didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
So-
I feel like I've been on this show now for over 9 years, and that's just really just the path it goes.
Yes.
See, the problem is you guys left. I sat here
I know.
because they
Wait,
said we'll be right back, and I'm like,
When? Where'd you guys go?
No, you must have gone home because you definitely were not wearing that shirt when we left you. I'm pretty sure.
He had to change the clothes that was here.
no, actually,
He actually lives in the studio.
this thing is 3 years old. It has a mind of its own now.
It's-
And it took on a symbiotic relationship with me, so it changes every now and then.
I hope
Yeah.
at least he's had a chance to wash his socks then.
Socks,
it's-
dude. I'm just wearing a shirt.
yeah. That's why.
Technically, this is radio with webcams. I'm not even wearing pants.
Yeah.
I'll prove it.
I did. And then also sitting in for Jimmy today. He is our Jimmy for the day because Jimmy's in Sea Isle. The
Smart boy.
Of course,
He's in senile
No.
or sea.
Sea Isle
Sea. Okay.
and Senile.
Probably a little bit of both. yeah.
Probably, yes. Oh
So-
my God.
Yes.
I
So
missed it.
filling in my friend Dave.
Hi.
Yes,
Welcome to the
hello.
show, Dave.
Hey, I'm Dave.
Welcome to the train wreck.
Yeah.
I feel right at home with this.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and for anybody who has been listening to the show for the length we've been doing it.
Do you remember us? It's us.
Dear
Did
Did you
God.
miss us?
Yes.
Because we missed
if,
you.
If you did, you really need to reconsider your priorities, but we missed you.
But-
Sure,
yeah,
why not? We'll go with that.
It was posted online 6 o'clock, 6 to 8 tonight. We were going to be live and having fun. And then technical difficulties happened. And then my inability to know what keyboard I touched last
Exactly.
also
Oh,
happened.
so basically, nothing has changed.
No.
2.5 years, nothing has changed.
No.
No.
But
We're still terrible at this.
Yeah.
you see, here's the worst part about this whole thing. I was talking to
we're
you
back.
yes, that too. But I was talking to you about it outside. You
Hmm.
can hear it in my voice in that clip that we played before the show.
It's called puberty. See, it finally dropped.
That-
for me. So, you know.
But
how many
Sounded all
hairs now?
young and
If-
optimistic.
If the audio played before the show, we're not sure if it actually
I
worked or
hope
not.
so.
We're going to find out.
I hope so.
If
mean,
if
we
not,
have a chat, so if anybody
Yeah,
wants to chat with us, I don't know.
we have a chat open. The phone line's also there as well. Whether it's open or not, I don't know because Chaz, I'm not sure if he turned it on before
Yeah.
he left. So we're going to
Yeah, if
find
anybody
out.
can see the phone number here, you can call in and yell at us.
Yes.
Mostly Lynn.
Yeah, mostly me. Yeah. But you can hear it in my voice that I was very much like this whole thing's not gonna. We're gonna be fine. Like you can hear where
Such denial.
as I was talking about it, I was just like just kind of chill. If you're worried about COVID and whatnot, and listen to this thing on Sirius, it's fine. Hey, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
I'm
Exactly.
still mad we didn't go to the pay-per-view in March in
Yeah,
Philly.
I know.
I'm still mad we didn't go to that.
Like look, it was hell. The last 2.5 years, it was absolute hell with everything closing down and everything
Mhm.
pretty much coming to a total standstill. But like in that 2.5 year period, I had literally been closed. I started fishing again for the first time in probably 3 or 4 years because I never had time to do it. And with everything,
See, the hunter-gatherer syndrome fit in because his optimism about the popularity of the show went out the window.
it did, yes.
Yeah, he needed something
look,
to fill
look,
to fill that void.
If Jimmy was here right now, he would be telling you all that we were super big in Switzerland, and we were. We had like 3 viewers in Switzerland,
Oh yeah.
and
Me and
and
Dave are big in Germany.
yeah,
High five.
like Hasselhoff,
Better than Hasselhoff.
better than
Wow,
Hasselhoff.
bigger than
We can
Hasselhoff.
sing.
Hoff could suck it.
Exactly. Take your cheeseburgers.
Have you ever
and-
seen? Speaking of the Hoff, have you ever seen that god awful video for True Survivor from the? I think was it
like
Was it Kung Fury or something
Fist
like that?
Fury or something?
I
Oh my
refuse
God.
to click on it.
It is the most like the movie
The
came
video-
out. The movie came out in what the mid 2000s or early 2010s.
I don't know,
But the video is so like super 80s.
but that's the way the movie looks too.
I know, but the whole
It's
beginning of the
just-
video, like he rolls up in a cop car and there's these kids like
Hey,
on
you
a-
guys
yeah,
got permits
he
for
has
those
guns, and he's like, "We got your permit right here."
Takes
and
a
then he-
skateboard.
Kicks the skateboard up and flips Hoff's cop car through the air, and then Hoff jumps out of the car, is now running on the flipping cop car, shooting machine guns.
Well, he drops. Yeah, shoots
lands
machine
in a
guns.
total split, and then just goes permit
denied.
denied.
Not
What?
like, it's not like we saw this or anything, but
That is
it was a
insane.
pandemic. We had nothing else to do.
And it was such an 80s video. And again, I didn't see it until the pandemic started. I started finding these dumb
That's
things.
what a lot of people do. They never saw that until it's like, oh, there's nothing else on because I binge watch everything on Netflix.
Yeah, Tiger King all the way, man.
Oh my
Exactly.
god.
Tiger King all the way.
that
Tiger
came
King
out
is
at the proper
fuck-
time.
Oh my god.
Fuck,
Tiger King was
no
so
way
perfect.
not to watch that show.
Fuck that bitch, Carol Baskin.
Exactly. Can we look in her shitter already? You know he's in there. You know he's in there.
Tiger King is so wild. Peacock tried doing a mock up of it with Kate McKinnon. It's crap.
Oh, the
Well, not just
mockumentary.
her,
It's
but also
unwatchable.
The
KJ,
mockumentary, where the hell it was?
Or yeah,
what's
the
his name
like
that actually
the like
played
dramatic.
Joe Exotic? The
recreation.
guy from The New Guy.
Oh,
And
oh shit.
yeah, it's right there in the.
It wasn't
tip of my
DJ Qualls, was it?
tongue. Yes, yes.
Was it? Okay.
Yes, he played Joe Exotic.
I mean, and then they put a second season out of Tiger King that nobody watched because they were over the Joe Exotic fad.
Well, that's because the pandemic was.
It was
dying
pretty
down, and
much
it's like,
over.
Yeah.
you had your shot.
People start looking out their windows.
Yeah.
Look, life.
Yeah.
Things are happening again. I
Hey,
can't
bird.
wait.
I see a dove with a branch. I think we're going to be fine.
And the worst, and here's I think one of the worst parts about COVID, that whole shutdown thing, is back in, I think this November of 2019, I had bought tickets to go see Rammstein at the Link, and the show was supposed to be in August of 2020, and then obviously it got
It wasn't.
canceled, and it got rescheduled for August of 21, and then I got an email that was also canceled, and now
No
it's happening
hoss.
again in August of 2022, and now I'm hearing rumors about the monkeypox and then more COVID cases. I'm like, I swear to fucking God, if this show gets canceled yet again,
No do
yes, it's
Tonight.
I was so looking forward to that show, and I'm like, this because they don't come to the U.S. very often, and it's a huge stadium tour, so it's the first time the U.S. fans see their big stadium set up in the whole nine, and I'm like,
because they realize their mistake is like, no, we no go.
yeah, like
You love my German accent? No go. No.
they're all dying over there. We're going to stay over
Yeah.
here. Like it's just
Stupid Republicans.
yeah.
It's okay. I could say that I am a Republican. So
Yes,
it's okay.
it's
Oh man.
and then
What? I don't want to be a Democrat.
like
Don't even get
so
me started.
many things.
God.
Like so many. Again, we can't talk about everything that happened in the last 2.5 years
We
because
don't
it
have enough
happened.
time.
It happened 2.5 years ago. So
Yeah.
kind of talk about it now.
Everyone's already lived it. So,
But the most heartbreaking things that happened this year is that we lost Bob Saget, we lost Gilbert Gottfried, Norm Macdonald, Louis Anderson, the amazing Jonathan.
and number one on that list, Miss Betty White.
I know, and Betty
Yeah.
White. Like
she,
it was.
she lives right through the pandemic,
Uh-huh.
and then
5 minutes from her birthday.
yeah, and beginning of the damn year, 2021.
Yeah. It
It's
was
like it wants us to hit us right out of the gate.
it always does. Like there's always one that happens right at the beginning of the year,
Yeah,
and
but
it's the
not
one.
her.
It's the one that always hits you, and you're like, God damn it! I knew
Yeah.
this is gonna be a shit year. I know it is.
'Cause
You
we
took
kept-
Betty White, you motherfucker.
Because we kept joking about that. Betty White, is Betty White okay? Is she okay?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 you know. And if you
Everybody
guys
checking Betty
remember-
White. That was the ongoing
Yeah.
gag. Whenever somebody died, it was checking Betty White, checking Ozzy Osbourne,
Yeah.
checking Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Well, Keith's been dead for 25 years, but no one
But
wants
he's
to
still
tell him.
alive. Yeah.
Like it's
It's like I missed the.
all the drugs just keep him alive. He has no
Yeah.
pulse anymore. It's just all heroin and cocaine to keep him going.
Yeah,
It's-
but it's funny. It's like I always remember that episode from 30 Rock about Betty White when they do the celebrity three times.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
Oh yeah.
And all that. And my God, Jordan, what the hell is his name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
No,
No, Jordan Peele.
no. Oh my god.
We said Jordan. That's all I can
Third-
think of.
Air Jordans.
Not Third
Michael
Rock from the
Jordan.
Church. Jesus.
You talking about John Lithgow?
No. See, now I'm blanking because too much coming at me.
That was 30 Rock from the
Um,
Sun, not 30 Rock.
Not there.
Oh, 30 Rock.
Oh, John.
Tracy-
John. Oh, that's gonna
See,
fucking.
now you can't get it. Yeah.
God damn it! Off,
Yeah, not Third Rock from the 30 Rock.
off to the phone or off to the Google machine because the signal.
Oh,
is
I've never watched that show. So I don't know what the
garbage.
fuck I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
Um,
Anyways, Tracy Jordan.
Tracy
Tracy
Morgan.
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 I'm gonna take my shirt off. I fucking love that dude,
I know.
man.
But
He's
anyways,
a psychopath.
like he had something happen to him. He was like, "Oh man," someone says, "Oh, it's the rule of 3." What? So he tries to scare Betty White. Calls her up. Boo! Who is this? Morgan? Are you trying to do the rule of 3? No. Just checking on you.
I do love that they made his name.
Bigger than everything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's part of the girly show, and it's like, anyways.
Well,
Big show.
I mean, I liked him in I liked him in 30 Rock. I liked him
on
like-
SNL.
on SNL. He was
Obviously.
really funny. He was fantastic on SNL. And then problem is I can't think of anything else he's been in aside SNL and 30
He
Rock.
has a TV. He has a show on TBS where he gets out of prison and goes to gentrified Brooklyn. He's like, what the hell happened?
Is that a new show? Is that a new show?
That's been out a few years.
Oh,
That I
okay.
think that came out before the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Well, what is the one?
The problem is- I'm so behind on a lot of new shows that were new. Like for example, and I'm not sure about you. But I'm
well, you're really not sure
I'm
about him. You
fairly
just
su-
met him today.
I'm fairly
so-
sure about. Well, I mean, reaction
I ain't
wise,
seen
Oh,
it.
okay.
I'm fairly sure about you. I have not seen one single episode of Stranger Things. Not one, and not because I don't want to watch the show. I want to watch the show. And Jeff has quit the show. Jeff is.
You have not watched Stranger Things.
I haven't watched one episode, and the problem is, I know I'd like it. Like it's that horror.
I like it,
It's that
and
horror.
I don't like horror
What's his
shit,
name?
but it's
But-
fucking good,
but
and I enjoy
But
it.
see, here's the thing.
I hope that looked good on screen, by the way.
It was on my list of shit that I needed to watch, and I just never got around to it. And now it's too far into the seasons now. Where if I want to watch season 4, I gotta watch 3 seasons in like 4 days.
There's only 7 episodes. Get off your ass.
And-
No, get on your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, they barely qualify as full
Yeah,
seasons.
man.
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's like Letterkenny, it's short. It's not long. All these shows,
Another-
none of them have.
Another
don't know.
It's
show.
funny because I
How,
just
how
finished
many
binge
shows have like
watching.
more than 10 episodes?
Another
on
show.
streaming?
I haven't watched one episode of Letterkenny.
Letterkenny's hilarious. You can watch a season in like 3 hours,
Oh,
and you
okay.
will
Yeah,
not
you're
drop. You're fine.
I'll have to watch.
Are
Stranger
there
Things now.
are there any streaming shows that have more than 10 episodes? Like I feel like Mandalorian has like maybe 8.
I
It's
don't
like 10 to 15 seems to be the package deal
Yeah.
here.
It's
Because there's so many that they produce. They come out like, here's this one, then everyone has
yeah.
this week. But then again, I was done Stranger Things. in
I'm
one
trying to
night.
think of how many episodes Murders. Only Murders in the Building is like
only
10.
Murders in the-
Again,
That's
yeah.
yeah.
And the
that's
problem
10.
is that's-
Mando's 10.
you keep
Flight
reminding
Channel's
me of
8.
shit I haven't watched yet. Like that's one I wanted to watch because I love Steve Martin. I love Martin
oh my
Short.
god,
So
they're
good.
so funny.
Like-
oh my god, there's
Heather and I watched that, and it is absolutely a hoot.
You know,
But the best part about it is Selena Gomez is just chirping the frick out of them.
so
Mhm.
the
She's so mean,
the
but
one-
it's so
Loving it.
funny.
the one clip I saw from it, and it was on either Conan or one of the late night shows, and it's Nathan Lane talking to them about how they're being made fun of by Conan,
Mhm.
and he's talking about his parents in like Lithuania or the fuck they're from, and it's this whole thing, and I'm like this it's all I needed to see to know I needed to watch the show
Murders is so dope.
because
Murders is terrific.
I do love Nathan Lane. He's I think everything he's in he's hilarious. Birdcage, The
This is
Producers,
really good on Modern
Um,
Family and
yeah.
his spots.
and yeah, so all shows I have to watch. That I should have watched during a pandemic, but I didn't because
You're busy fishing.
You
Yeah,
you,
I was
you
playing
went
with your
fishing,
tackle box.
and you did
Yeah,
work a lot.
man.
I was out fishing. I was working like a fucking madman.
You've been being the dad, so
yeah.
been
And
dadding, so.
speaking of being the dad, I have to have a proud dad moment for a second. And
Okay.
my daughter's probably gonna fucking kill me for doing this here, but I
you have to do it then.
I need a proud dad moment. My daughter was accepted to Stockton University today. So they're officially going to Stockton,
Yay.
which was
Feel free to call in to yell at him. Here's the number right here.
Lizzie, we know you're not
856-330.
watching, but somebody
she's
hit
at
her
work.
up.
She's at work right now.
She's watching.
job.
You know she's done. You know she likes it.
Yeah, no.
She supports the show.
Yeah.
So here's the number right here. Feel free to call to yell at him.
Yes.
Or tell
yes.
some embarrassing
It's-
story
it's
about him.
Right.
Not like we don't know all of them anyway.
Right there.
Oh,
There we
God.
go. There's
Well,
stuff right there.
Yours is
Wait,
mine's
mine's
right here. Yours.
I don't have one on mine. It's only yours.
Oh, sure. Now it only shows up on yours, but not.
All right, so
How the hell did that happen?
I have
Because
no
could've
idea.
put the-
But real quick, and here's the thing: it's 95,000 degrees outside, and for some reason, the moment I walked into this room, the AC turned off, and it hasn't come back on yet.
There's a reason for that. The building is closed,
Oh yeah, I forgot. The building is closed now, and we have now.
and we had a pandemic. Thus, money became an issue,
yes,
so they
yes.
shut it off.
They needed the extra power for all this new equipment.
Yeah, for all the equipment
Yeah.
where sound doesn't go through one computer, but it goes through another computer, but the webcams don't go through this computer. And it's
Random
they just
keyboards
wanna
that
get-
don't attach. to
yeah,
anything.
random keyboards that just don't
Yeah.
attach to
They
anything.
just want us out of the building faster. It's like,
I know. But I mean, we do have an awesome guest. As it actually, if all goes well, will be joining us live via webcam. And
don't jinx it yet.
in about a half hour or so is David Howard Thornton. He was in Terrifier. He's
Mhm.
going to be the upcoming Terrifier 2. He's been
Yes.
teasing some like secret project he's working on out in LA.
Ooh.
And whether we're going to get
Terrifier
information about
3?
that.
Ooh,
Well,
I heard about something too, so
well,
I'm not going to spoil it
well,
yet.
from what I was reading in his post, that he's also a killer in this movie. So what it is, I don't think it's another Terrifier flick. I think it's something else that's going to be, and maybe we'll get some kind of information about it.
I wonder if it's
um,
clown related.
Who knows? But I mean, there's been so many things clown related in the last 2.5 years. But it's just been, an ongoing get back in here again. We did the from home broadcast, or try to do
Yeah.
it from home,
One time.
but the atmosphere wasn't the same. Like it's
No,
it's
it's
far
just-
better if we're all in here hanging out and having a good time.
Exactly. Plus the lighting's better,
Yes.
kind of.
Yeah, I know, right? A little bit, kind of.
Lighting can't cure everything.
Lighting or
My-
lightning?
My water's
Because I think lightning,
lightning.
can cure everything.
So
That's true.
again, speaking of all that fun stuff, lightning and things of that nature. Not this past weekend where we got the first round of storms that we had, but the one that came through, I think the Saturday before or Friday before, whatever the hell it was. It's a very random line of storms that just like appeared. I was out in Voorhees. I think I posted on Facebook the video. I was out in Voorhees and I was dropping off something to somebody that bought my an old motor. I had 2 trolling motors for my boat, so I sold them one, and I knew there were storms that were coming through, and I was like, I'll be fine. Drive out to Voorhees. Well, because the problem was the first one that came through hit towards Morristown. So once it was through, I was like, oh, cool. I guess we're done now. I'm gonna keep driving. I get to his house, and I get another warning on my phone for a severe storm warning. I was like, fucking awesome. Right where I am. Can't wait. Leave his house, and I turn out his development, and I just see just like black death rolling towards me. And I was like, I'm not making it home before this thing. So I pulled into the now desolate and ghost town that is the Old Echelon Mall.
The shop at Voorhees.
Yes, the Voorhees
town
Town
center.
Center.
Wait a minute.
The
wait a minute.
shops
What
at Voorhees that have no shops.
Well, yeah,
It's
what
just the one
shops?
shop.
Yeah, it's a shop at Voorhees.
It's
And
what,
and
the
some-
Boscovs.
It's Annie's, right?
What? No,
Annie's
it's
Pretzels or
Boscovs.
Oh, it is
Boscovs, I think, is one of the only stores left. There's also T-Mobile there. I found that out walking around. But there's no food court. There's no nothing. It's desolate. It is.
thought
I
there
missed
was
that
one
food
thing
court. The
still
food
left.
court's amazing.
I know. So it started to rain, and then it all stopped. And I was like, I'm going to bounce out now. I'm going to head home. I went outside, and I was outside for maybe 30 seconds, and lightning struck. It sounded like mere feet from where I was standing.
Nope. Turn around. Back to
And
Nope.
well, at that point, I was like, well, no, it's still over because but they always say if you hear thunder, you can get hit by lightning. So I was like, yeah, it's probably still done. And then it happened the second time, and I was like, that's probably not a great sign. And then a hailstone pegged me in the fucking forehead. And I was like, that's also not a great sign. So I booked back into the mall.
You had 2 warnings,
Yeah,
and then finally they had to smack you in the head. Be
pretty
like,
much.
Get
Yeah,
your
Get the
ass back
fuck
inside, boy. What's
That
wrong
sounds
with you?
about right.
And yeah, it's just what it takes. 2 or 3 warnings before it's like, will you fucking stop?
Yeah, the back of the head.
And yeah, so I was in the mall, and because it's so empty and it's so desolate in there, it provided like the best acoustics for the tennis for the golf ball size hail that was bouncing off the roof of the friggin' mall. Like it's very rare in that kind of weather for me to kind of like get uneasy.
Yeah.
But when like it's pouring outside, then it all stops on a dime, and then begins to hail, and the wind whips up.
Mhm.
I'm like, I've seen too many movies. I read way too much about the weather. This is never a good sign. But if there's any better place for me to be in that kind of a weather scenario, it's there, because it's going to take a lot to break that friggin' mall down. It's survived this long.
Yeah, that is true.
So once it
It's
was
like
all
that even in movies with disasters. The mall is always the place to go.
Mhm.
Zombies, whatever. They go to the mall.
Day After, what was that one movie? The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
There was another woman. They went to a friggin' mall. But I am calling Lizzie after it was over. I was like, "Hey, you guys, all right?" Yeah. We just got a little bit of some rain and a little bit of thunder. That's about it. And I was like, you guys are so fucking lucky, because if you got what I got, you'd be losing your fucking mind right now.
Yeah. The video you posted, I remember. I'm like listening. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it was loud. And then when I got home, I went onto a local meteorologist Facebook. This guy Nor'easter Nick,
Mhm.
And I sent him the videos from the Echelon Mall, the one my mom sent me, because she works at Cooper right on 73, as you know.
Mhm.
So she wasn't too far from where I was in regards to the Echelon area.
Yeah.
And he posted a live video prior to the storm hitting where I was, and I was already home at that point, and it was there's no warning for this storm. There's no severe storm warning. Well, there was a severe storm warning, but there's no any other warning. But there was rotation in the clouds, and he has the map zoomed in. And he's like, if you are anywhere near Marlton, Cherry Hill, Voorhees, Echelon, if you're by the Voorhees town center, just make sure you seek shelter for a few minutes.
Stay
I'm like-
indoors.
I'm like, what the fuck you just say? You just said there's rotation. It was nasty. We got a lot of nasty shit weather-wise in the last actually again, it all happened during COVID, during this pandemic. We had that tornado that ripped through Mullica Hill. Was it last summer?
Sometime in the past
There
2
were the
years.
tornadoes up in Bucks.
Well, there was that one that not destroyed but damaged that car dealership. That was one in Bucks.
Yeah.
And then you had the one that went through Salem County and up through Mullica Hill and all that stuff. And that's the one that I was at work. I was at Advance when that one was coming through. And I ended up calling my other store, and I was like, yo, if I call you and tell you lock the doors and hunker, do it. I'd rather be paranoid and be wrong than assume that we're going to be okay, and then we're not. And then watching the NBC 10, and they have that thing they draw, the point where it's like Maple Shade, Cherry Hill, Morristown, Lenola, Delran, Willingboro, and I'm like, fuck, because like Morristown's always listed on those warnings, always. It's rare you see Lenola named on them, even though they're the same place. In my head, I'm like, oh, Morristown's getting it. We're gonna be fine, even though we're literally 30 seconds away from what technically is Morristown.
Well, you have to figure for the size of the township, if you do go, because if it's going to hit the west end of town, it's going to hit Lenola. If it's going to hit the south end of town, it's going to hit Lenola.
Well,
but if it hits all the McMansions on the north end and everything on the east side, yeah, we're fine.
But that happened a year or two ago. I think we had a tornado warning, and we didn't get much word in my house. But I think you said one touchdown, like right on Church Road, like up the road from you, like 5 minutes.
2012. When that thing touched.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
it looked like a touchdown on Lenola at the Kmart, because I was working at the mall and I remember seeing videos. Yeah, something something like an F-Zero, probably a touchdown. But you're like, oh, we get tornadoes now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's cool.
This is now a thing.
Now
Global
we're-
warming. Yay.
Yeah,
Like,
climate change for the
What?
win.
That's not.
It's a
real.
myth. It's like how the Earth is round.
Just like COVID's not real, or
It's-
you know,
Oh my god.
it's-
chemtrails not real.
there are. So the worst part is that you heard so much about that.
Ukraine,
over-
that's not an invasion.
Yeah. Who needs gun control? So
Putin's our friend. Oh, I'm sorry.
it's, it was so I'm so happy that it's now almost over, because it's never going to be over. This is now basically the new flu. It's going to be around for forever now. And I mean, I got it back in March.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the latest variant.
And I'm thankful that I was vaccinated, because I don't know if it would have been any worse if I hadn't been, because I know that the newest variant of it isn't nearly as potent.
It's more contagious,
As
but
the-
it's less
as the OG
death.
as the OG vid.
Yeah,
But
which is the same here, because I think I told you I got it right after Christmas.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is the best Christmas present ever.
yeah, I know. And I mean, it was what made it funnier of me getting it. What it really is. And
What was her name?
well, that's the whole point of this. So I was seeing a girl in the beginning of COVID, when everything was ramped up pretty high,
Does she know you were watching?
and she got it, and she called me, and she's like, I just had test positive for COVID, and I went home and I was like, there's absolutely no way that I'm not getting it, because we're obviously we're not 6 feet apart
Now,
from each other.
how much of a sigh of relief did you, when someone calls, I'm testing positive, you're like,
For COVID.
Oh, thank God.
It's-
Because I sighed relief when you told me that too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, thank God.
and but I was like, there's no way I'm dodging this bullet. And then I waited 4 or 5 days and went and got a PCR test, and it came back negative. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Wait for it.
And then another girl I was dating, she got it, and I was like, I'm not dodging this fucking bullet twice. And I dodged it twice. I'm like, I must be
No.
immune to this whole thing. And then I got a Monster Mania in March, and when so they were still renovating the hotel,
Mhm.
so the window seal in my room was not working as great as it could have, and it was that random Saturday where we got that blizzard out of nowhere for like an hour where it snowed and was like
So what? It
stupid
snuck
cold.
through your window?
Well, no, but because it wasn't working, it wasn't keeping the cold air out.
Okay.
And the heat was not working super well in the room either. So when I woke up that Sunday morning with that scratchy throat and stuffy nose, I was like, I was freezing. So I was like, that's gotta be it. And then left the hotel, went home, went to work for a day or two, and I called my mom. I was like, have the doc call me in like a Z-Pack or something like that, because I think I'm getting a respiratory infection. She said, what's wrong? I was like, it's just I have a stuffy nose and a scratchy throat. It's what I usually get this time of year. Just go test yourself when we get home. We have tests at home. I said, okay. Went home and tested myself, and I was downstairs in my room, and I called my mom. I was like, hey, got a question for you. Are these tests like pregnancy tests? She's like, what do you mean? I was like if the line's there, but it's barely there, is it still a cause of concern? She's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, no, I got COVID.
So it came through your window.
Well, no. I'm saying that I know I got it there. I got it amongst the
Okay.
group of people there.
That's what I wanted.
But
That's what I'm trying to get at.
The
I'm
way
like,
the way that I was feeling, I felt like it was just because of how cold the room was, and I woke up just kind of feeling funky just because I was freezing all night.
okay.
Yeah,
that probably didn't help.
it just kicked in my door, and it was just like, "Fuck you, Lynn."
Exactly.
And but yeah, so it was the same thing. I just felt like a head cold for 2 or 3 days,
Mhm.
and then I was pretty much fine for that. But I mean, I did end up getting it, but thankfully it wasn't the higher
bad
end,
one.
the higher end of the spectrum. And now monkeypox. It's
Well, that's only if you have sex. So we know you're safe.
Yes.
Although I heard a secondary thing, they're saying they're finding it more common in like through gay sex.
Well, you're screwed, Lynn.
Well, yeah.
Not safe anymore. Son of a bitch. It's all right. Is pegging gay sex? Never mind. So I was
Depends on what she dipped it in last before.
One for you. One for you.
One.
One for you.
One for you, one for me.
We're gonna play whack
Two for you, 1, 2 for me. It's
Instead of labels, it's just a sniff test.
Scratch and sniff.
oh God, gross.
Ew.
Why-
Yeah, shit gets in your fingernail.
Oh. So I came across this the other day, and I sent it
Tinder?
I sent it to myself, so I talk about it in the show today. An author who once wrote an essay titled "How to Murder Your Husband" was convicted of murdering her husband. Romance novelist Nancy Crampton Brophy was found guilty of second-degree murder on May 25th. Her husband, Chef Daniel Brophy, was shot in 2018 while he was at work. I do love the fact that she wrote an essay called "How to Murder Your Husband," and then
I'm curious if she got an A on that, because if she didn't, I don't think you should have.
Could you imagine if she's freelancing it and publishers are like, nah, we're passing on this.
Yeah,
That's
isn't
accessory.
This isn't realistic. Oh yeah, I'll prove it. Oh, I didn't get away with it. Well, there goes the ending.
Well, that's
You're right.
that's why series called how to get away with murder.
Yeah.
Not just how to kill someone.
it's kind of
Exactly.
like it's kind of like the
It's easy to kill
The OJ
someone.
book.
yeah, the OJ book.
I did it.
If I did it, like it was
I didn't kill my wife.
where the
but-
if was this big, and it was I
Yeah.
did it in giant
If.
bold letters. It's
Well, technically, that's the best marketing if you could think of when you think about it. I did it by OJ. I was like, I got to pick that. What's this?
If.
Oh,
Oh God,
fine.
God damn it!
I
Smooch.
already paid for it.
Exactly.
Sorry, no return, sir.
Flip to the end to see what really. I'm like, oh, the butler. I knew it.
It's- so you guys see
It didn't
this
tip high enough.
this guy that attacked the Mona Lisa?
Oh,
Oh,
with,
yeah.
with cake,
Yeah, it's
as opposed to with every other time that someone's tried to do some protest against the Mona Lisa.
yeah.
that's behind safety glass.
And this dude dresses an old lady and fucking threw
Yeah,
cake.
it's like what?
It's-
I'm like
I'm sorry, disguised as an old lady, but I'm looking at
in a
the
wheelchair.
I'm looking at the picture of him, and his disguise is not the greatest. He has a
Well-
baseball hat on and a wig
Y-
and a scarf,
You have to
and
understand.
that's it.
You have
What
to,
about Dark Shades?
No,
Oh, well,
Would you-
that's where it
No
fell
dice,
apart.
man.
but you have to understand. Where's the Louvre? It's in France.
Yes.
Who's in France? French people.
yes.
French people are butt ugly. So there you go. They're like, oh, pretty lady, come on up. Yeah, I don't know why they have that accent.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't. I
Come
don't.
Oh,
see
know.
the
God.
Mona Lisa. Why is she? Why the fuck is
That
he
was-
German?
that was German. Yeah, if they were German, they'd have better security. No.
Oh.
Nine, not there.
Yeah, no, too close.
Oh, God,
Whatever.
I was. Yeah, I love it, man. Yeah,
So what did you
the
do
Louvre-
during the pandemic, Jeff? Since we didn't get a chance to talk very much.
I watched everything on Netflix. I am not joking about that.
everything?
Everything.
It's
I'm like, I reached the end of Netflix. Is there more?
that's the new. There's a new thing for me to
YouTube.
Oh God, we've started just watching YouTube nonstop. Like we watch a lot of Disney streamers, a lot of Disney vloggers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tim
I mean,
Tracker.
of
Yeah.
course.
It's-
But,
We've been following them since even before the pandemic. Now it's
Fucking-
like,
yeah.
oh, Heather showed me a picture of the boys from Hanson, and the youngest one looks like the Tracker's son Jackson. I'm like, yeah,
oh,
this
nice.
is the highlight of our lives. This is the zenith of our existence.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
But-
we were watching the Trackers tipped. They went on a Disney cruise. They stayed in one of the Royal Disney suite. They tipped $2,700 to the staffers,
God damn.
in addition to what they paid, which I'm sure was a lot, at least 10 grand for the trip.
The problem is, do you think they pay for it? Like honestly,
They
like
probably find some way to rate it
Okay,
off. They probably do.
probably because they were on the Disney media list, then they got bumped off, then they came back. Now, a lot of what we've been watching, I actually complete aside here, but I had lost my job at the end of March, and I was freelancing and doing a bunch of dick all stuff. I'm now
it's
on
a
the
blank screen.
fifth
Thanks.
different job that I've
Sorry.
had since the
I couldn't see
pandemic.
Marco.
Why? Why would you want to see me?
Well, if you're talking, I'm just looking at a screen and see the bottom of your jaw moving up and down. I don't like that.
Hey, Dad.
I'm not your buddy, friend. I'm not your friend, guy.
But now he has to look back at you.
I know.
so-
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was
Bad enough I have
enjoyable.
There we
screens here everywhere
really-
I
Thank
look. I'm
you,
like,
Len.
I'm really sorry
Appreciate
about that.
It's okay. We've been friends long enough. You know what it look like. So we were been watching all these people, all these other people, all these other different vloggers and stuff. And I was home now for about 5-6 months, probably like the end of August, early September, and I was trying to pitch a freelance article to outlets of, hey, I want to go back, I want to see what things are like at Disney, see how things are. And I had gone to Disney Media about this. I'd gone to their media relations and said, hey, where could you guys possibly direct me for this? Never heard back from them. 3 weeks later, I see the New Yorker has a video on this.
Well, the first thing you're going to do is bend over in front of the mouse.
Well,
that's how you got monkeypox.
would rather
That's how
bend.
you got monkey.
Mickey Pox.
Mickey Pox.
Jesus. Hiya, pal. Yeah, all right.
Oh boy!
I'd rather bend
You don't
over.
With
in-
Mickey Mouse. Oh.
I mean, I'd rather bend over in front of the mouse than have JPEG draw me to my knees. That guy's become like the super villain in this pandemic. How he's managed to just piss everyone off.
So are you really telling me that somebody is a more of a supervillain during the pandemic than Amber Heard? Amber Heard has become
Amber Heard
goddamn
did
villain.
99% of that shit prior to the pandemic. As
90% of that shit was in the bed. The rest of it was.
But anyway,
It was
thing.
it was their tiny dog, Jeff.
Yeah.
The tiny jaw.
Their
can take
tiny
that much.
Yorkie left
Bullshit.
the log the
No,
size of a
dogs.
Great Dane.
Why was there corn in it?
The dog had leftovers.
Why was there grape nuts in it?
No, I did this. I was trying to get someone to like give me some advice on this, and then the New Yorker was like, no. I'm just like, no, that can't be real. But it was going out and doing outdoor stuff was at
Assume he's
times
joining in 1
liberating
second.
and
Well,
horrible.
He'll be joining in
because
1 second.
Oh, okay.
we went to over Memorial Day weekend 2 years ago. We went to Atlantic City, just go on the boardwalk because we're like, all right, we can get outside, get some air. First of all, the place just reeked of weed. This is before it got
We're in AC?
formally legal. Yes, before it was formally legalized by the voters of this great state. It just stank of weed, and everyone was just being reckless as hell. We're like, nah. So
It's legal. Deal with it.
it's legal now. It's funny because now that it's legal, Atlantic City is trying to curtail the availability of it because they don't want, I don't know, a lot of beach towns and communities
Bunch of beach bums.
blocked it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know.
You want to go swimming?
Yeah. You're
I want to
yeah.
get baked in the sun. Dude, it's at night. Same thing. I'm still baked.
I'm still-
Yeah, that yeah.
Come on,
and
guys.
that is surprising given how many
we all
eateries there are.
know
around
the
there.
moon is just the back of the sun.
Okay, Mitch Hedberg.
I yesterday at work I became a Mitch Hedberg joke yesterday at work.
We have to hear this.
Wait, you became a joke or
Yes.
just a certain kind of joke?
I became a Mitch Hedberg punchline. Guy came in yesterday and bought a donut, and I asked him if he needed a receipt for his donut, and then he left, and then I went on TikTok and I was looking through videos and someone had used that fucking sound, and I was like, oh my god, I became the guy who asked if they need a receipt for the donut. I don't need a receipt for a donut. I bought the donut. I give you the money. You give me the donut. End of transaction. There's no need to bring ink and paper into this. I can't imagine a scenario where I have to prove I bought a donut. Like some skeptical friend.
That's when he's shoving it in his mouth. What donut?
It's,
We'll still have to go get it.
Oh my god, I was watching a clip.
I still
clip
miss that guy,
of,
man.
Of what he did when he was on Conan, just straight, just firing these insane missiles. You're like, how does this guy come up with this? How do you do it?
He was
He's
always
insane.
high.
Yeah, I was going to say really, really high.
Yeah, because the problem it wasn't even a problem for him. Like that's what made him funny. He would say he basically took high thoughts people have and set them to the microphone.
I used to do
Like, that's-
drugs. I still do,
do,
but I used to too.
Yeah, it's, like he did so many, just like again, there's those old one-liner jokes like
He
like
was a meme generator
And he
before
was-
the
yeah,
internet.
he was the original meme.
like I'm against picketing, but I don't know how to show it. Like there was like there was that one. There was the I did the placebos. I could quit, but it wouldn't matter. Stuff like that. But real quick, we're gonna pause this headboard talk for a second because in the waiting room right now is our guest. You've seen him in Terrifier. He's coming in the upcoming Terrifier 2. Welcome to the show, Mr. David Howard Thornton.
Thank you.
How are you, man?
I'm good. Were you guys talking
No,
about Mitch Hedberg?
hold on. There's gonna be an audio thing to make his
Oh.
audio work. I'm not sure why we can't hear him.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
crap.
how do I? You gotta help me here.
Click the
Gotta help me
thingy, the three dots. Yeah.
Click the thingy.
Edit
three
We
mic
want a band,
settings.
don't want to kick. We want to edit his.
Oh
Okay.
shit! I don't know what the hell's
What?
going on.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Ah!
Oh no!
Crap.
Is it? Are you muted by any chance, Dave? Is it on your end?
I
Not
don't
that I'm blaming you at all.
think.
This is a new thing, and this is why we don't use new things.
This is the problem with new technology.
Oh no!
Are you sure he? Do you have
No,
to
I'm-
turn him up? or
I don't
something?
think
Is
so.
I'm not
No.
muted.
No. Yeah. Oh,
Wait, no,
No.
that wasn't it. Hold
ah,
on.
don't worry.
Ah!
Well, we'll just let him make weird faces at us. That's fine.
Shit, hold on, wait, hold on.
He can obviously hear us, which is great. So at least
Hold on,
we're
hold on.
one
hold on.
way. We're one way
We're
on
gonna
this.
do it this way. God damn it!
Sorry, Dave.
This is what happens when we use new things.
How bad we got to fuck up to make it uncomfortable for Art the Clown.
You'd be
I
surprised.
know, right?
You'd be surprised. We'll figure this out. We'll figure this
God
I
damn
don't
it!
know.
no, see, line in, speaker,
no.
line out.
I hate using new things. Oh, sorry,
do
we'll do it this way.
I attempt to try change into something else? I don't know.
No, here we're
Communication?
going to do
No?
it this
Okay,
way.
yeah, leaving it there. All right, line in.
Let's
Ah.
see.
I'm
We,
trying to
we
figure it
really need to
I just
come
sent
and
him-
practice a few times.
Well,
before
no,
we try.
we did
we
this
were fine
before.
before, so
I ended up just texting them and tell them to call the number, see if the studio lines, on. I'm so
Yeah.
mad,
you're mad. I'm like, we're
so angry.
All right,
which
I
makes me
just been
question-
notified that the stream is actually he's coming up on the stream. Oh,
Is he?
I don't know.
Dave, can you give us say a few things real quick?
A few things.
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
Okay, now we'll let their stream catch up here and see if it works. Okay, let's see here. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Well, it's
that's
very much
weird.
delayed, but why? Why?
Why can
So
we
it's
hear-
definitely on our end then, Dave. So okay,
Yeah.
you're off the hook.
thanks. all.
I'm glad I didn't
Let's
fart.
see here. Okay, let's see.
Oh
Let me
God, this is
edit mic settings. Echo. Automatically adjust mic volume. Is there?
oh my God.
No. Well, it's a good thing no one really watches our show, so it's not like you're missing a big thing.
Yeah.
Why? Why is it? So, no, that's there. I get the same thing coming up. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
God damn it.
Our stuff comes through. That doesn't come through.
I'm not sure why it's not coming through on the here
And
though.
then the audio from the video came through. This is driving me up the wall.
just call in the number, Dave. I texted it over
Yeah.
to you.
Sorry, Dave. Thanks for hanging in there as long as we can. Well,
Just call in the number, Dave.
and okay, we'll just cut that down there. So
Yeah.
so it works that way, but it doesn't work that way.
That's what happens when we try. Well, I think that happened before when we had when we did it from home and we had Jimmy. I think Jimmy had no sound for a minute, and we were able to figure out why there was no sound. I just couldn't figure it out. God, I hate this. I hate using new things.
I know. I mean, it worked fine. So we have that. We have that. This is for the camera. So I'm just going through, just checking to see what is different about this. All right,
Yeah.
line in real high def audio. So if I fiddle with his, I don't get that
Wait,
option.
try the automatic adjust mic volume.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, it still didn't work. You couldn't change the mic volume.
I could change the mic volume, but I don't get any other options. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's weird. I fucking
So
hate it.
this is the stuff here. This is coming in.
God damn it.
The mute mic.
See, the problem is like people can hear him talking and we can't hear him, and that's what's bothering me the most because I'm not sure why it's not working.
I know. I mean, he's in their waiting room still, listening to us babble on and how stupid we are, and you know,
Yeah, whatever.
you know,
This is
he's getting more of a show from us than the other way. So at least we're keeping him entertained. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate the
Yeah.
patience.
My God,
So
I
good.
hate this.
Dave, big fan, big
So
fan.
absolutely. My God, what the having issues? I should click having issues just so they
Yeah.
can tell me why I'm having issues. All right.
Oh
Oh,
God.
I'm not gonna chat with
Yeah,
them.
we're not gonna chat with anybody.
We don't need a chat. All right. Well, we got the chat blowing up with one person saying hi, Thornton. So there you go. You got one person saying hi.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to call in,
Oh
try to
my
call the
God.
studio line.
Yeah. I mean, if we get the that and then we just get the studio line, we
Yeah,
maybe get it working.
yeah. So if he calls in at the same time as being on there, well, maybe we'll have matching
Yeah.
audio.
I'm just gonna.
It's
Okay. I'm just gonna put him
Okay.
up. Put the
Can you
video
hear
up,
me?
yeah,
And still nothing is coming.
Still nothing.
yeah, and then it's just
Okay.
call
Just the audio.
just call the
I'll call-
studio line, and we'll keep your
Yeah.
video up. That way we can still talk to you via the screen.
Yeah, at least somehow.
Oh, please, Chaz, turn the freaking phone lines on.
Oh God. Don't say that.
God.
Don't say that. Oh,
We're about to find out.
I know.
Oh
I'm
God!
gonna leave that on. Okay, so that's there. So
All right, we're
All right,
getting a
here we go.
ring.
so it's ringing.
Can you hear us, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Oh my God, we have
Perfect.
audio.
All right, we did
Woo!
it.
Oh, God.
We have video and audio ish.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. This is the weirdest thing I think I've seen. We had the video up, but the guy's still calling from his phone for us to be able to hear him.
Hey, whatever works.
I know. But thank you for coming on again. We talked to you a couple years ago about the first Terrifier movie.
Yep.
And now we have the second one that's coming out. Is there a release date for the second one yet?
Oh, we're working on that right now. Hopefully, we'll know something by the end of the week.
All right. I cannot, because the first one, I told you, we talked to you before, the first one, clowns don't get me very much in regards to freaking me out. But your portrayal of art, it made me so uneasy watching that movie, and I can't wait to get that feeling again with the second one, because the little teaser that was put up with some scenes from the new one coming out, and this last year that Damien put something up on YouTube,
Mhm.
and it's like, oh, this is still going to be fucking bizarre,
Well, you know what
and
it
it's
is? You know
still
what
going
it
to make me
is?
uneasy.
You know what it is?
Oh, yeah.
Dave, it's the smile and that little jerk up when you get happy. I'm gonna kill you, and you don't.
Oh, yeah.
know. You know that's
He's
what.
so happy.
He is.
It's like,
And
he
he
loves his
doesn't
job.
say it. You can just see what he's saying.
exactly.
So, are there any details about this movie that you can give us without spoiling too much of anything?
Like the
Oh
ending.
God, it's
All the
definitely gonna
kills
be.
at the ending. Just tell us all of it. Just everything.
Yeah. It's definitely like I kind of look at this as our Empire Strikes Back. It's just everything is opt on this
Nice.
one. It just goes full crazy. Everything has a twisted ending to it too.
So we find
So-
out Art is her father.
Oh, yeah. He's everybody's father.
Uh,
He
so
was a massive sperm donor.
So,
Somehow I believe that.
I mean, when we talked about it before, there's stuff we talked about that I don't want to spoil for anybody because it was still recently new and nobody has seen it yet. But now it's been a couple years since it came out, and I feel I can talk about this now.
everyone had an entire year to watch it.
Yeah,
If
2
they
years,
didn't, they missed it.
2.5 years
yeah, 2.5.
actually.
Yeah.
But there was that one kill in the first one with that poor girl that was, upside down, and then sawed vertically in half. Like how is this? How are you going to top that in this movie? Like, is there anything where people who saw the first one will be like, oh God, that's worse than the first time?
Oh, definitely. There's. Well, I call it the yellow room scene. There's like when you get to this scene, you'll know what you'll see a yellow room. And you're like, oh shit, this is where it happens. Yeah, it's brutal. It is brutal. And it's one of those things weirdly that like we started shooting it right before the pandemic put us on lockdown, and we had to take a little break so Damien could build all the prosthetics, and the pandemic happened. And we're like, well, shit, we have all this extra time now. Let's actually go back to the drawing board and see what we can actually improve on this scene. And so Damien went crazier with it. And I mean, what we were already going to shoot was already going to be satisfactory, but he's like, I'm just going to go swing for the fences on this. And so a scene that was supposed to take us about 2 days to film because of all the prosthetics ended up taking about 5-6 days to film because we just went nuts with this. And it's basically me just slaughtering someone for several minutes. And
oh my God.
It's people are gonna be like, dude, you gotta stop.
Ain't gonna be me.
So that seems the Simpsons. Stop! He's already dead.
Yeah. Or you think, then like, oh, they're not dead yet.
and there's also something social media wise they've been kind of teasing that you've been working on.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't really gone into super details about it on what it was, but. Is this another clown venture you're on, or is this something that's out of the realm of what you're currently involved in?
It's not clown, but it is in horror, and it's set around another popular holiday season, I guess you could say, and it involves a very popular holiday story.
Oh, that
I'm reaching for the fences, saying the Easter Bunny. Because I can see you with the I think you could pull it off.
Oh my God, I would totally do that. That would be so much fun. Just like a killer Easter rabbit. He's like using eggs as grenades and stuff like that. Exactly. He's got a chocolate allergy. He's like poisoning dogs with chocolate or something like that. Oh my God, that would be horrible.
Carrots the blade.
Here's some Reese's.
Well, have you seen the stills at all from this new Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie that's supposed to be coming out at some point in the next few months?
Oh yeah, interesting.
It's amazing what you can do with the FX masks they have
now. Oh
I
yeah,
know, right? It's amazing. I mean, even the ones that they make. There's the Art the Clown mask. I think was I can't remember what company. Is it Immortal or is it CFX? I can't remember which company makes.
Immortal that does that.
Yeah, Immortal masks did our really expensive one.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the detail that's in it. It's phenomenal. They're so good.
Actually, speaking of mask and going with the makeup, this time around was the makeup simplified for you to get into and all that, or is it pretty much the same old?
Yeah, we pretty much streamlined it. We even by the end of it, we really found a better way of doing it. But like in the first one, I was wearing a bald cap, so that would take more time for the makeup process, and also. Damien would paint the mask after I had it on my face. So that took more time because he had to let it dry before he added all the black details on and stuff like that. This time he pre-painted it and didn't do the bald mask. But near the end, we started using, instead of the gelatin mask, we started using a foam latex mask.
Nice.
Which we found works so much better. It's lighter. It holds up better. So like my mouth isn't constantly falling apart because of moisture. Because like the gelatin just dissolves when you get any moisture around it. And you'll probably see some behind the scenes photos of me with Q-tips up my nose before we were doing COVID tests. And that was just to keep my nose from constantly running into the gelatin because it would just dissolve and destroy the mouth. And because with the foam latex, that's not an issue anymore. So like the only reason we didn't use a foam latex mask originally was because you need a special kind of oven to do that because the fumes are toxic. Mm-hmm. And Damien found a way to do that instead now. And so I think that's what we're going to use going forward into the future films if we do those. So
hope it. Wink, wink.
Yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's like
I do love the future films if we do them. Like it's like
You almost slipped there. We know what's happening, Dave.
Yeah. No, we want it. We got to do a third one. I mean, we kind of even. It's not really spoiling anything, but we set up part 3 at the end of part 2. So like we did in part 1, we set up part 2. So.
Well, if this one's Empire, then the next one better have little small furry things running around too.
Oh yeah,
aiming to get on it.
we might even have those in this one for all you know.
Ooh.
Bunch of Ewoks running around. We can't use Ewoks.
Yeah.
Copyrighted.
Oh, you didn't say Empire Special Edition.
But the question is, will there be an Art the Clown Christmas special?
That would be amazing.
I'm waiting
Ho
for the
ho oh.
The Netflix TV show?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be
Come on, man.
that'd be
Terrifier the
fantastic.
series.
Oh gosh, that would be hilarious.
Go
That-
across
that-
the- I mean,
They did it with Freddy for a while. The Freddy's Nightmares, the TV show that was on whatever channel. Like I can't remember what it was on, but I know that the
Yeah, now it
short
was on
series.
Fox.
Now
Was it Fox?
Tubi's running them all.
Are they
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Just make him a holiday killer. He's just doing all the different holidays. Each episode's a different holiday theme. So it's like,
oh my god.
I guess Arbor Day would be fun.
Fourth of July would be a great one, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
well, when you cross over with your other movie, that's going to be quite double duty for you. So you better be careful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That could be dangerous. That could be dangerous. But that's the thing about also that Winnie the Pooh movie. I was happy to see someone's doing that because I'm like, okay, cool. So we can get away with what we're doing with our movie too, because it's like it involves a very popular
It's
property
true.
and stuff like that. But it's all in parody, so we fair use.
Oh,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
Get away with it. So it's like, this is something that's typically not a horror movie, so we're making it a horror movie now and having some fun with it.
I mean,
Well, Mickey Mouse might be in the realm of freedom too if Disney doesn't screw it up.
oh my god.
Yeah.
So you could do something with the mouse.
Just a psycho mouse.
Oh boy, I'm about to die. Donald just finally loses it on somebody, and
There you go.
So for the Patrol of Art the Clown and for this new venture that you're doing, this new character that you're going to be doing this holiday theme, like what movies did you like in regards to the horror stuff? Like what inspired you, and what different killers inspired you to put into these different characters? Like with Art, you have the Michael Myers and stuff like that. Was there anything that you kind of put into this character but kind of still made it your own? Like what inspired you for Art?
What was your
oh
motivation?
yeah, I mean, I see Art as being inspired by basically all the slasher icons that came before him. There's little bits and pieces of every single one of them in him. Of course, Freddy's probably the most notable, but I mean, there's bits of Mike Myers and Jason and Pinhead and Leatherface and Hannibal Lecter and Chucky and Jigsaw, all that kind of stuff. He has characteristics of all of them, I guess you could say. He's just kind of like a love letter to the slasher genre. But I mean, also Joker was a huge influence as well. I mean, that's my favorite villain of all time. So I had to put a little Joker in him, and especially the smile. Just like
Like that's really and like when I've talked to people about I still rave about the movie. I still tell people that haven't seen it that you have to see it, because if you're a fan of horror movies, if you're a fan of the slasher genre, and you need to see this movie, because again, I've always explained it. Whereas with Art the Clown, most killers in the horror movies, be it like Freddy, Jigsaw, stuff like that, if there's not a mask being worn, then there's speaking lines. They're talking in the movie. The ones who wear a mask, Michaels and Jasons and Leatherfaces, aside from the little noises here and there, there's no speaking. But with Art the Clown, there is no mask. It's
all mine.
It's all mine, and that's what makes it so freaky. Is that there is no speaking. It's all done with the eyes and that fucking smile, man. It's what gets me every time. It's the smile and the wave. Like even the photos of you doing the at the conventions, doing the in costume photo ops, it still freaks me out. Like I know who it is. Like I've met him a handful of times. I know who he is, but in that costume, it's just you're no longer David. It's
see Art.
You just see Art, and that's what makes it so freaky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, plus-
it's so much fun doing the photo ops in costume and stuff like that because I like to do it fully in character. And I mean, of course, I'm not killing anybody. But I still like to mess around with people and stuff like
Oh, I
that.
want my money back.
Yeah. Feel free to accidentally stab me. I don't mind. So
Oh yeah.
Or
You know,
side.
I have fun, especially just sneaking up on people and scaring them and stuff like that. That's always fun for me. Just going up behind them and honking the horn when they're not expecting it. And I'm surprised I haven't been beaten up by someone yet.
Have you ever had anyone look at you in costume and be like, "Yo, that's a great replica you got there"?
Oh yeah, that's happened before. And then they realize it's actually me. And they're like, "Oh my god, it's really him."
It's almost like the stars that go into a coffee place one day. Hey, you want to tell you that you look just like so and so, and you're like, yeah, I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Although I will admit, the one thing that really impresses me are the shoes. The fact you wear actual clown shoes and you were able to move around like that. Because
Oh yeah.
I wear clown shoes. I don't know about anybody else here.
He
but
still wears them
they
right
are- so I'm very impressed, like watching the show. Obviously, during some scenes, obviously you don't have too much. Probably don't have the clown shoes on, obviously, because they don't show. But you know, just any scene when you're running or doing any kind of physicality with those shoes, I'm like, God bless them.
Yeah. Most of the time, I've used them. You know, like even when they're not in the shot, I'm still wearing them. I mean, there might have been like one or two times where I traded into my tennis shoes, like if I had to chase someone up a flight of stairs or something like that. Because you can't run up a flight of stairs in those clown shoes. I tried. I really tried. And it's just like, they're like, Dave, you're falling behind. I'm like, I can't help it.
That's commitment to the craft right there. That is commitment to your art.
It's impossible, but I'm going to try anyway.
Absolutely.
It was funny, like when I switched out to my tennis shoes, it's like then I chased my victim up the stairs. They're like, "Oh shit, he's fast!" I'm like, "Yeah."
He's skipping 3.
They're like, okay, Dave, now you have to slow down so you don't just overtake them. I'm like, "I'm sorry. You want to put the shoes back on?"
Just put one on. Just make it a little difficult.
Yeah.
It's just me. Leave me alone.
Oh yeah. We had one great outtake in part 2. It doesn't really spoil anything, but I was going to attack my victim and I got my shoe caught in something and I ended up just falling out of my shoe and it was just so funny. It was like, oh man, too bad we can't keep that in the movie.
But the problem is that would be funny to keep in the movie because it adds a bit more of a reality line to it. Like if you're chasing somebody down and your shoe gets stuck. And then they have more time to get away, but in the time that they have to run, you still somehow get your shoe back on and still beat them to where they're going before they get there.
Yeah.
Like that's
You can also do it.
that's
Like,
always been the horror
Gotcha
movie.
match.
yeah.
It's always been the horror movie thing. Like you can outrun the killer and run as far as you want to, but when you open the door to the next room, he's already
there.
going to be there.
Or he just whips the shoe at someone. He just like, fuck it. Just
Beat
odd
someone's-
jobs them with the shoe.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
That's
But I cannot wait for this film to come out. And anybody who has not seen Terrifier yet, I implore you to watch it. It is probably in my top 3 of the slasher movies.
I have a guy at my work actually asked me once he found out I like horror movies. He's like, "Hey, can you recommend some films?" Well, as a matter of fact, yes. And actually, Terrifier is the one. I'm like, you got to watch this. It's
Oh, thank
on.
you.
I think it's on Netflix, right? Or is it Amazon?
I
No,
think-
we're not on Netflix anymore. We're on Tubi though.
It's on Tubi now.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Tubi, I think we're also on
I was
Amazon,
OG Terrifier, man. I saw it on Netflix.
yeah.
But I recommended it. And I'm like, you have to watch this. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, it is such a good flip. But David, we thank you for coming on and taking the time to talk to us today,
And,
and
the patience that you have.
and the
as we work
patience
through-
for our
Thank you for
technical
working with us.
difficulties.
It happens. That's technology.
Yeah, I know. But man, be safe and through all this COVID nonsense and now the monkeypox apparently.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when did you have any appearances at any cons coming up that you want to plug while you're here?
Yeah. I'm gonna be in Sacramento in a few weeks for a Sinister Creature Con.
Cool.
So that's gonna be a fun one. Yeah, and I'm also gonna be in just right off the top of my head, I have to look at my list, but I'm also gonna be in LA at Days of the Dead in August. So that's going to be a fun
Nice.
one as well.
That's
So
what I've always wanted to go to the Days of the Dead con. I've always wanted to fly out to LA and go to that one. It's been one of my ones I've always wanted to hit, but I've never had a chance to do it.
yeah. So
But,
I got a lot coming up, though. I'm even going to be in England at one point in October, so that's going to
Oh,
be fun.
nice.
Oh,
That's
jolly
huge.
good.
It's really good to see that conventions are coming back. I saw people posting on social media about how excited they are for conventions,
Yeah, I know.
no matter what the genre is.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice to be back.
It really is.
So the furries convention was great.
The
I
furry
highly recommend it.
convention.
I think, truthfully, Art would be perfect there. So
Oh, yeah. You're hawking up hairballs the whole entire time.
Everything's exactly the same, only fuzzy bunny ears on top.
yeah.
Yeah, just walk around with little bunny ears. I'm like, hi, I'm Art. Art the
That
bunny.
would actually be a pretty good slasher film.
yeah.
Furry
Like I
convention.
said, just call me Dave. We'll work it out, and we'll get
Oh,
this.
yeah. Just trade out the little black cat for
Give us
two
give us-
little
give us-
bitty bunny ears just going on the side.
Exactly. And this big ass cottontail, and be like, "Hey, what's that?" And then you turn around, and kill him with the
Yeah.
giant carrot or something.
Be fantastic. But
Oh, yeah.
sir,
It'll be fun.
but we thank you for coming on. Be safe, and if you're ever on the East Coast for a con, I'm definitely gonna come in and say hi and talk to you face to face. You're always a pleasure to talk to. And once the new movie comes out, we'll have you on again and talk about that one as well.
Awesome. Sounds good. There's going to be a lot to talk about.
Fantastic!
all
I
right.
cannot wait, man. Be
Yeah.
safe,
baby.
We will
All
talk to
right.
you.
All right. You take care.
Thanks so
All right.
much, Dave.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
I say he's such a good guy to talk to, man. He really is, and funny.
Okay, trying to change the screen
There we
here. Oh,
go.
there we go.
God,
All right.
he is so much. He's always a blast to talk to.
He was
Awesome,
one
I
of the
love
last
it.
people I remember we interviewed before the pandemic.
did, yes.
And you mentioned the scene where he
Yeah.
slashes the chicken too.
Yeah, it's
Upside
it's
down.
vertically.
Oh,
It's vagina first, and then down.
Let's just say it's the biggest beaver you'll ever see.
Oh,
Too soon?
But I mean, he and I don't want to bring this up on the show because I want to keep on the topic of the horror genre and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But one of the things that I do love most about him and what I find commendable is he doesn't really come up as the kind of guy who gives a fuck about losing supporters. Because if you follow his social medias and his Facebooks and his Twitters, he's very outspoken about a lot of stuff. He's very outspoken about politics, very outspoken about the gun stuff, very outspoken about everything. And he is very interactive with the people that comment on his stuff. And,
yeah.
and it's very much you don't like it, fuck off. Like the door's over there. Let's see you later. Bye. And it's always good to see someone, a star at least, not hide behind the fact that I'm a star and I'm not going to talk about this kind of stuff. It's good to see somebody that's like, well, I'm in movies. People know who I am, but I'm still a person that lives on this planet, and I'm going to be vocal about this stuff that I don't think is the right way to be doing things.
if you can speak from an area of either one personal experience or at least have some background on it, that's important. I mean, for decades, celebrities have been involved in things, and sometimes they took the counterproductive view or the unpopular view. But if you can speak from an area of expertise versus just, I just don't like this.
Yeah,
that makes a difference. If you can connect with people and at least have a constructive discussion of it versus just throwing names at each other, that's going to actually do something to the discussion and certainly give the person more credibility.
absolutely. I mean, and so he's such a fucking love talking to that guy, man. But yeah, so now let's talk about that. Let's see if we said Easter was the holiday you picked,
That's the one I
or
picked.
whatever story it was.
Giant floppy ears, man. I can't wait.
So here's the thing, and the problem is, like, I don't want to put any guesses out there because I don't know how good a poker face he has. If I were to get close to what it was, that like if there be any kind of tells, I don't want to tell you.
Well, he almost ruined knowing that Terrifier 3 is coming.
Yes.
You know that. You know that for a fact now.
But the again, because he's a taller, like lankier kind of guy, I can see him being like a psychopath Jack Skellington.
Ooh.
It's
That's-
you know what I mean? Like I can, because he said it was another holiday and a holiday tale. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a Christmassy thing, but
He's the
But
bunny, but he's the pink bunny from Christmas Story. that I would go see.
He's a pink nightmare.
He's a pink nightmare. I have a pink nightmare.
Do you know that they made a sequel
Yes.
To
Yeah,
Christmas
of course
Story.
they did.
2 of them actually.
To what?
Was there?
I saw the one that had Daniel Stern as the father in this one, and I watched just like a brief synopsis of it. It was like a 20-minute video, basically going to tell you don't watch this movie, and it was just pointing out all the shit, like all the callbacks, to like, hey, they did in the first movie to make everybody happy when they're seeing this one. And I'm like, oh my
Well, they
god,
made
this,
so much money. Of
this-
course you can use it. It's intellectual property.
this movie is. I'm like, I don't want to. Why are you doing this? Why do you keep beating this horse to death? And it's like
Because there are just enough stupid people that we'll see
pretty
the name
much.
and like this is going to be amazing.
Oh my god, a new Christmas Story
Right.
movie! Hey, the lamp is on the cover. Let's go see it. Like I can't figure out
you
what.
can't. You really can't franchise that. That was.
But
that
then
was a-
again,
That
I'm a
was
horror.
lightning in a bottle.
But then again, I'm a horror movie guy, and anything that has Michael Myers' face on it, I'm like, I'm gonna go see this movie. It's gonna be great. And then I see Halloween Resurrection, and I'm like, why the fuck did I sit through that movie?
Yeah.
I see Halloween
Rhymes.
6, The Curse of Michael Myers.
I'm
And I'm like,
really,
why do I
really
continue to
tempted
watch this
not
movie?
Go see the okay.
Then Zombie
Technically,
comes
there is a
and
Spinal Tap
really-
2. That was a live concert movie they did in like the early 90s.
This
Now
is
they're
Spinal Tap
doing
2.
another Spinal Tap, and
Oh.
everyone's ancient.
Are they really?
Well, of course, they're
It's
old.
all the same guys.
Oh my god.
They're in their
Just
70s now. Michael McKean was on SNL with Harry Shearer back in the early 80s with like Eddie Murphy and Joe
Larry Freer.
Piscopo. Yeah, yeah.
Good old
And-
Montgomery
and, like,
Burns.
I know.
and like Larry David.
See Montgomery Burns. But I mean, like, yeah, like it's there. Like again, you brought Buster Rhymes thing being fucking Halloween
Oh,
Resurrection.
God.
That him being in it did give me like the only good scene from that movie. And that was when he's dressed as Michael Myers and Michael's in the house with him, and he just fucking verbally berates him. And then sends him out to the shed to go sit with the girl, and then he kills her instead.
Yeah.
But the fact that Michael's getting berated by this dude, and he's like, oh, okay, and just turns and walks away. I'm like, I hate that they did that, but it also was like one of the best scenes in that movie. Then you had Halloween H2O, previous to that one, that had a goddamn CGI mask in it that I didn't know was, I never noticed until I watched it recently. Again, during the pandemic, I watched all these like movie sagas, the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm
Sagas.
Street, Halloween, the Leprechaun movies, all of them, every one of them I watched, including the new one that came out on Sci-Fi.
Poor schmuck.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, that one actually was decent. It
Oh,
was,
wait, you're not talking about Legends, right? You're talking about the new
yeah,
the
yeah,
new.
not the one with Hornswoggle that was made with WWE films.
Right, yeah.
I'm talking about the one that came out. That was basically a direct sequel to the first one. It still had the
So
fat
so
fat guy
they-
from the first one in it.
So they tried to do Halloween, where we're going to forget everything else.
Pretty much, yeah.
but
And
Even
see-
space. Well-
yeah, even space,
That was at
and
a time when
even
everything
and
was
even
ended in
the
space.
hood, but the
Why do I keep forgetting about
Back
the
to
hood?
the hood.
and then it was back to the hood. Yeah,
You know why they made those? Because Ice Cube Tea, whatever, one of them
Yeah.
needed money.
Sweet
That
tea.
sounds racist.
But the
What are you saying? All ices look alike? Too soon.
So, anyways, so back to the crappy.
But yeah,
the-
so yeah, Leprechaun Legends was fucking awful. I hated it. But this one, again, it like the Halloween thing, cashing in the Halloween thing, where it's taking a movie. But I think this one came out, 2019. It came out in 2019, 2018.
Yeah.
And it was good. It did follow the storyline from the first movie.
Okay.
The fat dude that was in the first one, the one that
Yes.
swallowed the shamrock, he's
Yeah.
in this one. The girl in it is actually, spoiler alert, related to Jennifer Aniston's character. It's her daughter, and they're moving into the house again and fixing it up and blah 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 blah. And then leprechauns happen, and then shit goes haywire. But there are some brutal deaths in this movie. Like there is,
I might have to check it out.
yeah, there are some insane deaths in this one. And then, but again, yeah, going off the Halloween, the new one that came out. You got
What, Halloween Kills?
Kills or ends?
Halloween Kills. No, the Halloween 2018.
dies
tonight.
That was good. I like
Did
that
it,
one.
though?
The new Halloween.
Yeah,
sequel to Halloween.
Yeah, the Halloween 2018, the one that was led into Halloween
The
Kills.
one where we find out it wasn't a sister; it was all a rumor.
Yeah.
Got it.
I did like that one. I did like that they wiped away with the whole related thing.
Yeah.
a little. I like that way more than I thought I was going to. Actually, I thought it was going to be kind of dumb, but being it was the last two survivors of the original babysitter murders and the whole nine.
Yeah.
Then Halloween Kills happened, and look, that movie could have been great. It was great. I'm not gonna lie, it was good. It reminded you, it reminded everybody how much of a psycho Michael Myers was.
True.
Anybody who got in his way was dead.
Yeah, take it out.
Anybody. But again, you said the fucking line. No, I think you did.
I said it.
You said the line, evil dies tonight.
Over.
It
and
was said so many goddamn times.
Well, that's because that whole scene with the whole mob is to show how insane it became and
Yeah.
how and the fact that
And
it
that
made
poor
no
guy,
sense.
that
It was-
poor
I
old
know.
senile man.
I know,
They
right?
chased him down. Again, spoilers, you ain't seen it yet.
Chased-
It's
chased
your
him
own
down.
fault.
Right. They were chasing him. Sure.
And yeah, and it's just like they mentioned him on TV. Michael's 6'7" and the whole nine, and you're chasing an obvious 5' nothing hunched over dude who clearly you saw his face
Yeah.
on the news. You saw he has short hair and a beard,
Yeah.
and he's kind of slim. How the fuck could you make a mistake that this senile old man with the long shoulder length hair?
And the fact he's wearing a gown
Yes.
from the hospital with bare feet and no knife.
I felt so bad for him.
Yeah.
And then Anthony Michael Hall's character is like, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I
Mhm.
hated it. I hated the Evil Last Night thing. And I get it. This movie was solely as a bridge between Halloween and Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
It 100%
And-
was.
And, you know, I was so happy to see Michael Anthony Hall in a role that
Yeah.
actually seemed good. And then it just went that way.
Uh-huh.
And I went, why?
Why? Why would you do this?
You had it. And then
And it's yes, Dale. Please watch Terrifier.
Yes.
Message me tonight when you're not watching it, and let me know if I was wrong because I don't think I was.
he's wrong on everything else, but you know.
The private chat. I'm back.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, he was texting us the whole time. All right, cool.
I really can't wait to hear the audio that we couldn't hear.
I know.
You know what I
can
mean?
Too,
I can't wait to
He's-
listen back to the show and be like,
this'll
oh,
be
that's what he was
amazing.
saying.
yeah, yeah.
He's
Oh,
all smiling
he
and
called us
waving,
what?
and once we go
These
back to
fucking
it, it'll
morons.
be like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you guys."
I've been on better shows on Fox.
But I mean, so kind of jumping off of the horror movie stuff onto something that we haven't talked about as a group. Well, actually, you and I talk frequently enough ever so often about it, but there's been a lot of weird shit happening in the world of wrestling in the last month.
Yeah.
You had the Sasha Banks and Naomi walkout, which when I first read about it, I was like, this has to be a work. Like, there's no way it's not going to be a work. And then the more things come out about it, I'm like, maybe it's not a work.
And her husband's still there.
Yeah.
And Naomi's husband's still working.
Well,
and
yes.
he's still being booked on top.
Well, yes, but he
I-
also got multiple
I've stopped watching.
He got
like,
multiple.
week in, week
He got
out.
multiple DUIs in the last couple of years. He's going to be fine. He's
I was all prepared.
he's standing
to come
behind
on
Roman
here.
Reigns right now. He's
Yeah.
not being touched.
I was
Like,
prepared to
it's-
come on and talk about how insane it was that at the start of the pandemic, Rebecca Quinn, who was out of the business for 4 years, decides to stop this ride she's having on top and have a baby with fucking Tyler.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's like, oh wait, that happened. And now it's like, oh yeah, now the kid's probably like walking around now and she's probably posting all her pictures on her private Facebook. Look my little baby. Look at Rue. Would you like a cupcake?
and it's
And
like
Tyler's just there like, hey man, this baby's cool as heck.
I know. I like.
He's so over.
I thoroughly love Tyler. God damn it! I'm gonna call him fucking Tyler now.
Seth Flippin' Rollins.
Yeah, I love Seth Rollins' new gimmick. It's my favorite thing. The drip god. It is. He is so over the top. Like it's like an 80s wrestling gimmick. He's so over the top. Whereas he's like awesome, like flamboyant suits. And they're all different colors. Like very macho man esque in regards to like. And
No,
he's
it's territory to the bones.
Yeah.
And he probably loves it because that's that's his style. He's still Indies guy.
It is so. And then this past Sunday on AEW, which I definitely paid for. I didn't find anywhere online to watch for
course
free because I
not.
was at work, but I definitely paid for it.
Absolutely.
And if I was home, I would have paid for it, but I was at work, so I fucking wasn't going to deal with the fucking falling in and out stream while I was working and missing shit. No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it for free. And thank you, Chad, for the link. So you had the Hardys versus the Young Bucks, where you really saw that it's time, and it hurts my soul to say it. It's time for the Hardys to stop.
I thought they did.
I
mean, I'm so out of the loop, but I thought they were gone like
well, they
5-10 years ago.
They were for a bit. They were off the radar doing a lot of indie stuff, and then they came back to WWE, and then they left again.
The stuff
and then
they did
Jeff
for
came
TNA
back again
with the
broken,
matches, the
broken
matches
universe
in the actual, the outside matches. That's avant-garde.
Oh, the cinematic matches?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
that's
they were
like
beautiful.
That's like punk rock. That's incredibly. That was so. They're so far ahead in pulling those off.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
But they were super slow, especially Jeff. Jeff was moving not super great.
Jeff cannot do this to his body anymore.
Yeah, he keeps doing those high spots. So it's like ladder swantons and swantons. Like the one he did on one of the Jacksons was on top of this was on top of the sideways steel steps. And then you had the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, which was super great. But as soon as Adam Cole won, and you see Britt Baker is then in the female match, you're like, oh well, we already know who's winning this fucking match. The wife of the person who won the.
It's getting a little too much. It's getting a little too insular. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been I haven't been watching week to week. Jeff, have you, or do you watch week to week? Do you try to follow?
I
or?
used to, but then it just got so.
I've gotten sick of, and even when we watch week to week and went to shows, I got really tired of internet booking, of like the fantasy booking. People saying, no, there should be this, there should be that, without any real, I mean, understanding about. I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with Stephanie leaving and Nick Khan taking her role. I don't know if you're literally going to have to pry creative out of Vince's cold, dead hands, assuming he actually dies. And he's not.
He's not going
to.
I'm telling you,
he's a Terminator.
He's going to find out from Keith Richards how to stay alive, and he's going to be like, heroin, mate. It's going to be heroin. Why the fuck was my Keith Richards more like Jack Sparrow just then when I was talking about him?
Because who do you
because
think
that's who Jack Sparrow's dad is. Duh.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah,
That's
how's mom?
Jack Sparrow.
We watch those movies.
Yeah. How's mom?
But we love them.
She looks great.
But I mean, like we talked
and then
about it.
How about MJF walking out of a fan appearance to
He didn't
sell
walk
that
out.
he's leaving?
He just didn't show up.
He no-showed.
He no
Did
showed.
those people get their money back?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's
That's a hell of a work, though.
Yeah.
That was really, really a
well,
big
the problem is we don't know if it was a work or not because he is pissed about his place in the company. He's pissed that a bunch of ex-WWE guys are coming and making more money than he is. But the problem is Tony Khan has offered to sit down with him and talk money and renegotiate his deal, and he doesn't want to do it. So if the offer's on the table,
is this part of the character? Is he trying to kayfabe himself out of a paycheck?
I don't know, and that's what's confusing me because I will give AEW this. They have mastered something that Vince mastered a long time ago, and that was blurring the lines between reality and the entertainment value. And
they mastered what Bischoff did back before WWE figured it out.
Where they blurred the line between what was real, what wasn't real, and AEW has done a really good job with that. But we talked about Bischoff for a second. I was watching a Q&A session with Road Dogg, Jesse James, and Billy Gunn, the father of the Ass Boys. And it's what Danhausen calls the Gun Club, calls them the Ass Boys.
Do they have monkeypox?
Yes. By the way, Danhausen's getting a following he didn't know that he had because people are coming out. The word like, I am definitely a fan.
Danhausen's like the new Zack Ryder. He is the new internet darling.
A guy asked him, I'll send you the link. when we're done. But the link when you watch it, count the amount of times Road Dogg says he has a podcast. It's a number of times. He's like, I have a
Put it over
podcast,
like
by
it's-
the way.
like he's like it's fucking Jeff Jarrett apparently.
Yeah, and it's called Oh You Didn't Know. And
Yes,
he keeps
tweets
talking about
it a lot.
and somebody asked them if they would have joined the NWO, and Billy just fucking blasted this dude. Asked a simple, innocent question: would you join the NWO? And he's like, "Do you remember when DX started, and then when we ended, and there were still 5 guys in it?" He's like, "And when the NWO started, when they ended, there was like 25 different versions of it." Yeah,
I still want
He's
the
like, "Yeah, I'll
NWO shirt
pass."
with everyone who was in it in like 3 columns, and then on the back.
Yeah,
and
there,
there's some
there,
like,
there was
oh,
the
shit.
NWO, there was NWO Black and White, NWO Black and Red, there was the LWO, and then in ECW there was the
The
BWO.
BWO. Woo!
It's
Sounds
Come on,
very
Blue.
racist somehow. I don't
What
know why.
happened?
It sounds very racist.
oh the blue
somehow.
the blue WO.
It's
They were all Smurfs.
We're all fucking
I
Smurfs.
immediately thought of the Blue Man Group, so I'm thinking, okay.
No. It was just Blue Meanie.
Yeah, it was Blue Meaning, Stevie Richards, and Supernova. And I think it was Supernova. Yeah, who became Simon Dean.
No shit.
Yeah, Supernova
That's hilarious.
was Simon Dean.
It's a Simonizer.
His patented Simon system. So it's but we talked about it for a brief minute before David called in. But I mean, being totally serious right now and kind of taking the ha-has out of the show for a second. I apologize, but what and kind of going around, where do you think this trial is going when deliberation's over? Between, like, do you think it's leaning more in Depp's direction? Do you think it's leaning more in Heard's direction, or do you think it's still in the middle?
Read enough about it to really.
I can give you
Make a
a
stance.
short synopsis of the whole thing. It was basically almost proven that this article that was written in 2018, remember this
Something
thing
like
came
that,
out
yeah.
in the Washington Post?
Yeah.
That it was pretty much almost proven that it was completely fabricated. That she said all the stuff about Johnny hitting her and the whole 9, and then he came in righteous as all fuck into this court with audio and texts and photos.
If he's got
everything
the proof,
of being
he's
like,
got the verdict. Then,
like,
then that's
here's-
simple.
Here's her telling me on audio, I didn't smack you, I
was
hit you.
Hitting you.
I was hitting you.
Grow
And
up, Johnny.
Yeah, grow up. You're a baby. Blah blah blah.
Oh, no.
Yada-
If he's got the preponderance of evidence, then it's his case.
and
And you wonder why he texts his friends to vent by saying, I have the dead
Yeah.
corpse, I'd do it in the
Did
trunk
you-
or something. I forget what.
one of my favorite things that he said, and probably again, it was televised for a reason. That and look, I'll go out and say neither one was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely seemed like a super toxic relationship on both sides.
So it's a Hollywood relationship.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And Johnny even admitted, like, the only person that was abusive to him besides her
Was himself.
is himself. Like, he knows that now,
Yeah.
and he's changed.
And
Ish.
but there was because it's on TV, it gave us probably some of the best audio ever
And memes.
and memes. One of my favorite things, actually, you know what, I'm going to see because it is probably.
Wait, is it better than the old Mel Gibson phone calls?
I think so. Yes.
This
unless-
is probably my favorite one episode.
Oh yeah, fair. Yeah,
So
fair
far.
meme. Yes. Hold on a
love it.
second.
And just because I'm going to put it on the video, if anybody can see this,
Yes.
it's just
Um,
priceless. There you go.
See if I can find the.
Can't beat that.
I just saw the one today of, oh, he's probably thinking about other women, and there's Johnny Lane there. Why does it smell like shit in here?
All right, let's see. This is it. Hold on a second.
Record.
Oh, yeah. So this is him reading a text that he sent to somebody, I guess, about Amber,
This is probably the one I'm thinking of.
and it's probably my favorite thing from this whole trial.
All right.
So this is it.
Is the slippery whore that I donated my jizz to for a while staying there?
Like it's.
Jesus. Wow.
that almost sounded beautiful.
I know, right? Poetic.
That is the nastiest thing I've ever heard said
My-
in an incredibly artistic way.
I know,
My
right?
question is, did he write that off? If he donated, is that a write-off?
And the issue is with this whole thing is that with their divorce thing, they had the promise that she was going to donate the $7 million that she won from the divorce to charity, and
Oh,
he
yeah,
came
she
in
hasn't done that.
when he came in like, no, she didn't. There's the proof.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and her legal team is awful.
Yeah.
Like they are
did you,
so
did
bad.
you just hear recently the ACLU is now trying to get Johnny to pay for their bills for them
Fucking
being brought
seriously?
in? It's like, are you kidding me right now?
No. That is no. You do not do that. You go and you sue her
Exactly.
later
Exactly.
to get that
Yeah.
money back. That's
It's
yeah.
like
that's,
she
that's
fired-
dumb.
give it to you.
She
You
fired her PR team like mid trial.
That's never a good idea. As someone who works in the in the
Oh, is
professional
that why we got the
communication business,
influx of
that
war
is the
memes?
absolute
Yes.
last thing you do.
Yeah.
Even if there's that, you can't stop that. You
Who-
would need some sort of
Who
like
in their right mind would say, "Oh yeah, I'll work for you"?
yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry.
and
as long as the checks don't bounce.
yes.
As
Well,
long as if you believe someone,
ECW.
if
Yeah,
you
but
believe
hopefully-
someone and the checks don't bounce,
Hopefully, those
or
high school
or in
kids
Paul's
are
case,
earning their.
you just need the first one.
Yep.
Hopefully, the high school kids are earning their pay.
And
That's all I'm saying. Because seriously,
I know, but here's the serious thing about this whole thing. This is there's a lot of jokes and a lot of nonsense going on, memes and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
they're all funny. Don't get me wrong, I laugh at pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
But the serious side of this whole thing is this: this this gives credibility to men as well,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
there are a lot of guys who would rather paint their mouth with buckshot than deal with the societal repercussion of saying I was beaten up by a woman. Because as guys, we're all
Or-
told,
Oh, yeah.
mentally abused.
yeah,
Yeah,
And all that, you know?
anything.
yeah. As guys, we're told to just suck it down, bottle it up, suck it up. You're a guy,
Yeah.
you don't cry, suck it, and this is hopefully going to help break that stigma a lot.
Yeah.
Because
real men cry. Deal with it.
yeah, because it's televised. It's televised, and a lot of people, men and women, they're gonna be like, "Wow, I have been through shit like that, and I
Yeah.
never said anything." I'm
And-
not
and-
gonna sue somebody about it, but now I know I can be open about what I've gone through, and it'll help my mental state out a little more than
Also, on that note too, is
drinking a bottle of whiskey, whatever
yeah.
the hell it is.
Yeah.
men that keep it inside become emotionless,
Yes.
and when the women turn around and go, "Yes, just like you, Dave."
It's like that's me.
Yeah.
It's a me, Mario.
Actually, he's sorry. I won't say it. Sorry. I believe you.
I kind of want to hear
We
this
believe
now.
you. See, I'm losing my train of thought here.
Oh,
Hold on,
sorry.
Let me get back onto it. Okay, yeah. They're emotionless.
Emotionless
So then when the
women.
women say he has no emotion towards me anymore, it's like, gee, I wonder why,
Yeah.
or anybody else, because he's bottled it so much, he's lost how to be a human being almost.
Yeah. And
know.
it is going to be a good thing. And it's going to let people know, again, on both sides, that you can talk about it. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to be open about shit you've gone through.
I wish you had the audio of her actually saying, "Go ahead, go tell everybody." They're
Yeah.
not going to believe you.
Yeah, go tell everybody that I, Johnny Depp, a white man, am a victim of domestic abuse, and see who stands by you.
Yeah.
And then you watch those videos of him rolling up to the courthouse, and there's thousands of people just cheering him.
Exactly.
He's definitely
And it's
won
just
the
like-
court of
it's
public
like-
opinion.
I'm sorry, bitch. What'd you say? Like
Exactly.
it's just like.
I mean, the
And the
petition.
problem, and here's the petition. Thank you. The petition. The fact that Johnny lost Pirates,
Mhm.
he lost Fantastic Beasts
Yeah, he was asked.
he
He,
was-
stepped down
he
because he
stepped
was asked to.
down because
Pirates
he
he
was
was fired
proven
from.
innocent, or no, he was guilty
Until
without being
proven
proven
innocent.
innocent.
Right.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, Amber Heard, now mind you, she's lost significant screen time in Aquaman 2.
Should lose it all and just CG somebody else in there.
She should.
I keep saying this.
100%. She
4
should have
million
lost.
signatures already, probably more now.
Yeah.
Probably up to 5 million, just to get
She
that
could be
bitch out of
blacklisted for this. She could never work in Hollywood or anywhere.
there. No, OnlyFans, because they like that shit.
Somebody's gonna pay for that.
It's just a picture of
Oh, you
fans.
ain't seen my
Yeah.
page. People pay for anything.
From the top rope.
and look, and you bring the OnlyFans thing, and I mean, you're right. Like, it's
Yeah, how's yours going, by the way? That's-
fantastic.
Yeah.
I have one fan like I have on the show.
Yeah, I have a new angle. I have a new angle for you. Socks.
I think that's-
It's for the catch.
and you know, I have a lot of friends that have them, and
You do?
yeah, and they make
Did you know about this, Marco?
I'm curious which friends he has, and if these are any friends I know.
they make stupid amounts of money
Oh.
on there, and the answer is yes. So
Okay.
that's it.
Oh,
Just not to him.
It's
But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I've always made a joke about how, you know, it's friends of mine that are dating or dating someone who are married, and it's a side hustle for them, and it's a damn good fucking side hustle.
Mhm.
But it's always been a joke, you know, where you know, it's like, I've always want to see you naked, but if I got to pay $5 a month to see it, that's fine with me. But the joke was there, but the honesty behind it is that I'm just supporting my friend.
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just supporting what they're doing.
Well, you support yourself.
It's now it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
no different than somebody watching. If our show got monetized, people watch the show.
Oh, if we were so lucky, or
Just-
you know,
I'm
Nick
just-
and Mug and
I'm-
Flay.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
Floyd,
it was
shout out.
monetized on YouTube, and someone said, "Hey, look, I'm just gonna have it on the background, but I'm gonna watch the video so you guys get the money for it." You know, it'd be awesome. So it's the same thing with that. It's like,
And we do that for our friends too.
yeah, and not everybody that I know is on it to do, you know, nudie shit. I have friends of mine that do art on it. I have friends of mine that do, you know, release music on it. They do like freestyles and all
That's
this.
kind of what they were going for when they
Yeah,
changed
that's
the
what they're going
format.
for to begin with. And people were like, "I got a better idea."
Thanks
It's-
for
I
running
got-
Tumblr too.
I got a much better idea. How about this? We still have those people that have their music. We put them towards the back of the line and have
Yeah.
people have to scroll through all these titties to get to what they want.
Oh no! What a horrible idea.
And every guy was like, "That's
But
a
the worst part is, as you keep scrolling down, the picture just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm like, Jesus.
do you know what would be the most evil thing to do on OnlyFans? And I'm being there. I told a friend of mine about this, and it would be to have like a picture that just loads up like an old JPEG on like on like a modem.
Oh yeah.
It would take like an hour and a half to finish up.
Stops halfway through
Yeah.
right before the good part, and just
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then it was buffering, and the restarts. It'd be like a GIF. It would just fucking start, and just go down like all this shit. Like I think Pork Chop posts them all the time. Like it's a video
yeah.
of a girl with like an underboob, and you click the video, and it's just like a picture of Jesus. Hey, what are you doing? Like it's just like,
We're like trying to look at this. What are you doing?
You want to know this, man?
like there was a video on TikTok. One of the first ones I ever saw on TikTok. It was this girl that was doing jumping jacks, and she, you know, she was very well endowed.
Awesome.
And halfway through the video, a dude stitched it as Jesus. He was like, "I see what you're doing, and it's not very nice." He's like, "You need to go pray." I'm like, "No, I don't. Go back to another video."
I'm already done. That's when you go, ha, I'm already done.
Like it's,
Oh dear God.
I finished a while ago.
That's exactly it.
I was watching the replay.
I wanted
Joke's
to-
on you, Jesus. I've already had the second coming.
Okay, we got to book this guy more.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
awesome.
We got a book. This will be a text message. Want to come on the show again? Look at this.
We gotta
What you do?
we gotta rotate in. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm gonna be able to come in if I'm working at night, but
Yeah,
like,
no,
yeah.
yeah.
Now
'cause
that he
you,
knows about the TikTok, yeah,
You-
probably never seen.
you got this nice fancy job now. Fuck, it's fucking hot.
I got
in
an
here.
office, dude.
I know you do.
I have 2 degrees.
I don't have an
I've worked
office.
many years in
I work-
in communications.
I work
I've
behind-
finally got an office.
I work
It's
behind.
right next to this mop that they come in and get every day, but it's an office.
Have you
I
seen
would
my,
have taken that, man. For
Have you-
the
Hey.
money they're paying me, I'll take that
Have
too.
you-
I come
Hey,
in,
they
take the
always
name
smell
janitor off the
clean,
door,
so-
put mine up there.
have you seen my stapler?
My
Like,
stapler,
it's-
my
They did
stapler,
not give me a
my
stapler. Well, actually, I could have had a stapler, I guess, but I don't need a stapler because I don't print things.
No, you
anymore.
brought your.
But you just have to.
You brought your runaway missing. And it's
But
because
you
you're
got a
burning
thread. You
you
got
can
like-
burn the
line.
place to the ground.
It's not
big.
official until you get the red swing line. So
Oh, of course not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
Well, I don't even know if
I
we have
can
those.
set
I
fire to
think
this
they're all
whole
black
building.
now.
I don't
I don't even know if
I don't have an office. I stay behind a counter.
Like,
That's really all I fucking do all day. And
You
my
don't have a
God,
manager's office?
no.
I-
I mean, I
What the
do.
hell?
I do technically, but I'm
I
what?
I can poison the soup.
I'm I'm sitting here hearing him talk, trying to think it's going to put something in the conversation.
Well, that's what he
He's
does in
just
the
nosing
movie.
I
the
know.
shit out of us.
But it's just here. Let's let Jeff talk. What are you going to say, Jeff? I get poison in the soup.
I just do that's what he does in the
He's
movie.
like,
so
he's
I'm
like,
I'm
you
that
son of a bitch.
I
but
Can we
asked
get
for
Alan
no
back
salt.
on the
No
show then,
salt.
please, too.
I
Yeah.
do have a office I don't sit in because
guy.
if
They
I
lock the door on you.
You were in
if-
front of house.
if I sit in the office, it means that people who are working in the store don't do their jobs, and that's
You're very
what.
hands-on.
So when he
manager.
stands out there, they go sit in the office. but
Yes.
he doesn't do his job.
No, the first part of that is correct. If I'm not back there, they will go in the back and sit in the room where the security cameras are and just fucking look at their phones all day. And I walk back. I'm like, hey guys, enjoying your break? Are you bored? Let's go out front. I got some things for you to do. And
So they stand out front looking on their phones.
they do what I call making sure the cameras don't fly away.
Dude, it's 7-Eleven. Relax.
I know, but here's
Still,
the
he has a reputation, and I can honestly say when we worked together at Advance, you were good. You've become a very, very good manager, very
I have.
hands manager.
and the problem is, and here's the thing, I can directly thank Amy for that.
Oh yeah.
Because I never would have thought I'd be able to do it. But you're right, it is a 7-Eleven, but the problem is, like, for example, okay, I'll give you this.
I know where you're going with it.
I'll
but
give
go
you
ahead.
this.
I'll
I'll
let
give,
you-
I'll give you this hypothetical situation that obviously did not happen on Saturday. But
Between who? That's hypothetically not really there.
that would be Dave and Ashill, who were hypothetically were not there on Saturday. But if they were there on Saturday, hypothetically, this is what would have happened. I was outside doing gas, and they were both inside. Now I got there at 2:00. So 2:00 I get there. We have the hot box, all the food, and the roller grill has the hot dogs and all that shit on there. So 2:00, there's stuff on the grill. I don't know when it was made. It could have been made. It could have been made at 1:00. Could have been made at 12:00. I have no idea. The wings are for every 4 hours. Pizza is every 2.
Mm-hmm.
I came back in from pumping gas at 6:30, and everything was still on the rollers and in the hot box that was there when I got there at 2. The reason I know that is I took 2 slices of pizza, and that same pizza was still in there when I came back in again.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to write off all that food, write off everything that was there, and remake it all over again. And that was where hypothetical Dave got a small snippet of what Chris and Dustin dealt with when I was working in Advanced. Just small. I told him I'm not an asshole. I'm probably the nicest guy you'll meet when at work. I will only become an asshole if you make me become an asshole. So just do your shit,
Just do your job,
and I
man.
won't be an asshole.
Just do your job, man.
Yeah, but this show's not about reality. It's about being fun and having a great time and
Yeah.
whatnot. So, we talked about Johnny Depp's trial and leaving shit on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking hot. It's fucking so gross.
I
It's
gotta go
fucking-
home watch Human Centipede again.
Did you know? And it was since changed, but somebody hacked Amber Heard's IMDb page and changed it to Amber Turd.
Yeah,
And it
that's
was-
great.
Leave it up.
You know why? That was the the people she fired.
That was her PR. It was her
That
PR
is why I
team.
don't
Let's
fucking
see how you
know.
like this, bitch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Deal with this. Anyway. So the but yeah. So it was there was I loved all that stuff. But when I tell this funny story. I don't think I told you this yet.
Probably not.
I might have though. When I left the studio on March 14th of 2020, I had an Android phone. I've had an Android phone for probably the last 10 years. And then I now have an iPhone. And the reason,
Seen the light.
no, I haven't seen the light. My Android betrayed me, so I went to the dark side.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Well, you'll boot the Android in a second. So as we discussed and talked about, I went fishing a lot the last 2 years.
Oh. Okay, go ahead. I know where this is going.
Yeah, you do. And
What's the old number then? Hey, Trout,
No, it's
you missed your chance.
it's the same number.
Uh,
Yeah, so I would always have my phone in the inside pocket of my jacket,
Mhm.
and been fishing numerous times with that jacket and the whole night. I also had the phone right where it was. So I went to Strawbridge Lake a couple weeks, about a month or so ago, 2 or 3, and had the phone in the jacket pocket, and they built that new dock over there. So when
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and so
I haven't seen that yet.
it's down the very end, Kings Highway side, right before Kings Highway. They put
Okay.
they build a nice little floating dock
All the way
for-
down there. Shit.
Yeah.
All the way down at Lanola then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was doing the fucking fishing thing,
Mhm.
caught a fish, reeling it in, and it was a snakehead. Snakehead's a invasive species to this area. They're not supposed to be here. So if you catch them, you gotta kill it.
Mhm.
But I don't kill them because they're adorable, and I want to keep catching them.
He's a pussy.
Well, no, because here's the thing, and this is legit my fear about killing these fish. I'll in
You
a
think
second.
they're gonna come up like Jaws, like
No, in a second. We'll go in that second. So anyway, so I catch the snakehead. I haven't caught one yet. They've eluded me for 2 years. I was like, I finally fucking got one. It was a big fucking fish too. And I leaned down on the dock to grab it out of the water, and my fucking phone slid out from the pocket, and it just went right past the dock. I didn't like bounce off and kind of teeter. I could have grabbed it. It was just like no, whoop, and right in the Strawbridge Lake.
It just dove.
Oh yeah, it dove in, and it was that moment in my head. I'm like, that didn't just happen. That was all. That was all in my head. When I reach in my pocket, my phone will still be there, and then it wasn't. And then I got Liz from school, and she was like, I was texting and seeing where you were. I was like, yeah, it's a funny story about that.
So how long did you ring the snake going? What you little son of
Yeah, I ended
If
up,
you let me go, I'll go grab it.
I ended up just dehooking him and throwing him in the fucking water and laughed. I was so mad. But yeah, so the reason I don't kill those fish is because where I fish is usually in very popular locations, Strawbridge Lake,
Mhm.
Memorial Field in Cinnaminson, places where there's oftentimes families that are kind of hanging out and having picnics.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't know that you need to kill these fish if you catch them. So my big fear is having nobody behind me, pulling one of these fish in, pulling out my knife, and just fucking stabbing it, and then turning around and just seeing like a mother and a father and like a baby or like a toddler just watching me just fucking stab a fish, and then in my head me going, "No, we have to do this," would not be believed.
Now, at what point did you turn around to see nobody there and just say, you know what, just throw it on the thing, just let it,
I was
and then watch it slow?
I had to leave to get Liz from school, so I was dropped
should've-
back in the water again.
I
Let
should
it
just
go.
left it there.
But then again, that lake's all full of panfish anyway, so fuck them. Let them get eaten by a fucking snakehead, fucking sunnies and bluegills, you fucking rat bastards. It's but so one more fish tale. This is
Whoops, wrong species.
oh, actually, fucking he reminded me of something making that friggin' noise.
Oh, great.
But we'll get into that in a second. When COVID first happened, I bought a surf rod to go to the beach and do some surf fishing. Went down for one day with the girls, didn't catch anything, but if you don't catch anything in the ocean, it doesn't make you as mad as if you're out on a lake and you don't catch anything, because it's like the ocean is the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
So if you don't
Much
catch
bigger, yeah.
anything, you're kind of not angry. If you're in a little tiny pond, don't catch shit. You're like, fuck this place.
Yeah,
and
obviously you
leave.
don't know what you're doing.
So I left the beach, went home. A week or two later, a buddy of mine texted me and said, we're going down to Dog Beach, which is a little spot down by Wildwood, and nobody swims there because people take the dogs there to walk around and play. Hence the name Dog Beach.
On the bay or on the ocean side?
I can't remember where it was because I didn't go,
Okay.
and I was mad I didn't go. I think it was the ocean side actually.
Okay.
So it's like 5 o'clock at night. I was I'm not gonna fucking go down there at 5 o'clock at night. I got dinner cooking, so fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Look at you being a responsible adult.
Yeah, but I fucking
What the hell did this happen?
But I fucking shouldn't have been. I'm gonna tell you why. They called me an hour and a half later, and they're like, "Should have come down." I was like, "Why? What'd you get?" I got a fucking shark.
Oh yeah.
And here's the problem: my friends know that I've always been like, I want to catch a shark. I want to catch it, and I wasn't there when they fucking caught this thing. But he's telling me the story about reeling this. I think it took 45 minutes to an hour to reel it in, and different people holding the rod. Like they had my arms are fucking tired. Now it's your turn.
Single rod.
And
That's fairly impressive.
And somebody else is reeling it in, and here's somebody else. And they finally got it in. All they had with them, aside from like the small tackle box full of like the hooks for the saltwater and
Yeah.
the bait, they just had like a tiny pair of needle-nose pliers because they were expecting to catch like a striper or like
Yeah.
a sea bass or flounder. So they just kind of pop it out. Not a fucking 5.5 foot. I think it was a thresher shark or something like that. They fucking pulled out of the water.
In oceans, sharks don't go there.
Well, no,
course not.
look, I get the humor, but the chances of you getting one are relatively slim. But the chances never zero. Much like the chance of being killed by Barney is never zero.
I don't know. Do you watch that show? I'd die too.
Yeah, I know, but I have watched the show. I have kids. That and Caillou, that fucking bald prick. Anyway, so I read something online that Caillou's bald not because he has cancer, but because his own body hates him, and that's why he doesn't have hair.
Actually, no, it's because Caillou grew up to be Baron Corbin.
Yes, that too. So the
that was too easy.
so they had this little tiny pair of needles pliers, and they had to go on YouTube to look up how to dehook this fucking shark. And they're like, we figured out how to do it, but man, we were scared out of our fucking minds. I was like, yeah, I would have been too, because I had like the one guy was like literally right behind its head, like holding its snout up to try and get hold it up so it wouldn't come biting down. Pretty much, yeah. Like put my thumb in its butthole. Like it's just like
where was the hook? Was it like in the mouth?
Well, thankfully, it was right on the outside. Like
you know what? They should have just cut it there. Then it's a badass shark with a mouth ring.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but thankfully they said it was hooked just enough on the outside of the gum line where they were able to get it without like risking super bad about being bitten. But
I didn't need them anyway.
But they were like
sharks.
Their fear wasn't being bitten, getting the hook out of its mouth. The fear was because once the hook's out, you got to pull it by the tail and pull it back into the water again because they had it up where the waves are breaking. So it was the fear of I need to get the fuck out of the water really quick before this thing whips its head around and my foot goes bye-bye. And that was the bigger fear. But you made that fucking doo-doo noise. I think I told you I watched the Chippendale movie on Disney Plus. If you haven't watched it yet, much like Terrifier, if you haven't watched the Chippendale Rescue Rangers, watch it. It is phenomenal. It is so good. It is funny. But then again, you have John Mulaney and
Andy
Samberg in it.
Lonely Island, man.
Yeah, so that's right there. You got comedy gold, but then again, comedy gold doesn't always make a good movie. It all falls on the script and the whole nine.
Yeah.
But there are so many stupid cameos in this movie.
It's great.
Like some don't even have lines. They're just kind of there. Like the best one is Paula Abdul and the fucking cat that she dances with. Yeah. And she's wearing the same outfit.
Oh shit!
Like it's like, but Stan Marsh is in it. Not Stan. Randy Marsh is in it.
Damn it, Randy.
No speaking line. He's just in a sauna hanging out.
Wow.
What?
Ugly Sonic is in it. The Sonic from the first trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog,
Okay.
the one everybody fucking were like, that's not our Sonic, and they made him fucking mid-city change the way it looked. They put that Sonic in the
I'm
movie.
making a comeback, guys.
Yeah, it's like everybody saw my human teeth and burned the place to the ground. I'm trying to think. Well, there's somebody like all the cameos were so quick you couldn't really notice who they were. But yeah,
my favorite was the very last one. Very last.
What was the last? What was the very last one? I can't remember what it was.
Did you watch through the credits?
Yeah.
Dark Wing.
Oh yeah.
Wing. It's like
That's amazing.
Scrooge McDuck is in it.
I gotta watch it now.
yeah.
He's,
I definitely
he's
gotta
diving in the fucking pool of,
Yeah.
of coins.
Aw.
That's my favorite,
really
like
fun.
Family Guy reference is when Peter's like, "I'm gonna dive into this coin, like the coin's like Scrooge McDuck," and he hits it, and his fucking just gets mangled. He's like, "It's not a liquid. It's a bunch of pieces of metal that form into a solid mass."
It was really cool. Like I love the whole Who Framed Roger Rabbit vibe that they did with it. It was just
Okay.
really neat. That's
The
the way
villain.
they went.
The villain was great.
Yeah, and every time they argue and they get really intense, they go. They
Yeah.
get into the chipmunk voice and everything.
And it's not spoiling shit because it was in the one trailer who the bad guy
Yeah,
is. It's Peter Pan.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's
just grown up.
yeah.
because,
He's
you know,
grown up Peter Pan
he
because
lost his,
he got old and lost his magic. And he's voiced by oh fuck, what the hell's his name? Will
Arnett.
Yeah, Will Arnett. Yeah,
I
Okay.
was gonna say he does like all the voices now.
yeah, I know because he has that real deep, like raspy voice, and it works so well for like this Peter Pan that like smokes a pack and a half of cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
It's-
And steal his tunes.
yeah,
That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to spoil the rest of it.
And,
I gotta watch it now.
Yes.
There was something. Speaking of stealing tunes, there was a picture I saw on Facebook. Someone shared. It was like, "What's the death in a cartoon movie that affected you more than you realized?" And there was a picture of fucking the doctor from Roger Rabbit dipping the fucking shoe in the acid. And I'm like, oh my god, I remember that scene, and that was awful to be in a kids movie.
Exactly. Especially when he takes his hand down, and just like,
Yeah, no worse than Baby's mom being capped in the fucking forehead, though.
One T.
One shot, one kill. It's
leaving that one alone.
what? One shot, one kill.
Moving on.
Oh, baby.
Moving on.
Spoiler alert.
Just fucking
Oh man, where the fuck is my music?
You tell me.
There it is.
There it is.
God,
I missed that.
I know. I missed it too. It was so much fun, and I hope you can hear it in the audio. Matter of fact, whoever's still in the chat, can you hear the Sesame Street music playing in the background? If you can, let me know, because that way I fucking know. Oh, Jess can pull up on his
I'll
phone.
just pull it up right now. I mean, Jesus.
Um,
I'm gonna say you kind of spoiled it. You could have just said, "What is the music being played right now?"
Spoiler alert, Sesame Street. Oh, you can hear it?
Yeah, it's working.
Oh, fantastic.
Good.
Well, that means the audio played at the beginning of the show then, probably.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Yeah,
don't
out.
touch anything before.
Yes.
Lock the
Um,
doors or change the locks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we thank you for joining us again today. First show in 2.5 years. It was fun to be back here again. It'd be great if the AC was on, but that's neither here nor there. I'm bringing a fan next Tuesday.
Oh, there you go.
Is she cute?
Yes. You can follow us on Twitter at Verge_radio. You can follow me on Twitter at Cirrhosis of Liver. Jeff, you still have a Twitter thing?
I
Is it-
probably still
is it
have
still
a Twitter.
Jeff Brian Scott.
Yeah, I still have a Twitter doing that, but also a new plug.
Yes, what's the new
Completely
plug?
changing. Check out crypticsouls.com for my new podcast
Ooh.
with Dave here, which you can't really see,
okay.
but he's off.
I'm going on it. Yeah.
Cryptic with a K, Souls with a Z. Check us out. We actually just dropped our new episode recently, and what we termed quickies. So it's
I've had plenty of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
We only
Yeah.
got 3 of them.
Okay.
it takes us forever. But yeah, it's a horror podcast. We talk about everything from horror. So
Nice.
yeah, check us out.
So it's what, Cryptic Souls?
crypticsouls.com.
Yeah, so check that out. I'm hoping by the end of the month we're going to have our own website up and running,
Yeah.
so people have one spot to go to watch the show rather than going to a bunch. But I do like the fact that we're now on YouTube now. We're on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live, which is awesome.
Yay. And then by
Um,
next week, we'll be banned from YouTube,
Yes.
Facebook, and
Yeah, and Twitch. But that being said, guys, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. And unlike last time when I said this, we will see you guys next week. Be safe, rock on, and have a
next
great
week or
day.
2 weeks. Like, have we decided a format?
It's next week.
Are
Yes.
you sure?
Yes, next Tuesday. I've already told the Chaz about it.
Yeah.
So next Tuesday we'll be here again. So
All
be
right,
safe.
Am I going to have to be the one that says it then?
What's that?
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah. Adios, guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.